let's get into it then. Welcome everyone, like always. Uh, yeah, would anyone like to tell us all what happened last session? Maria, would you like to give us all a little recap?
Yeah, all the food in my fridge went off and I had a blackout for like 3 hours.
Ah.
Yeah, but up until then.
I can't even remember, you know.
Okay. So
Yeah, I don't even remember what happened for
I think I've still got my
the 20.
inspirations. So I'll let the new. Oh no, I don't. I gave it away.
oh yeah. So we began last time with us preparing to wait. Where the fuck did it begin? We began.
We started at the door of the wizard house.
Oh yeah, that's
The wizard
the
house.
nerd. I forgot about the nerd. Yes. So Crunk valiantly reached through the nerd's door and showed him a terrible time, thereby giving us access to his tower. It was in as bad as of a condition as the nerd, burnt down to crisp. So we roughed him about a bit. Didn't really get anything of use from him other than the crater was the original site of the alchemist guild. Well, it's somebody's an archmage of the tower said that or something. Anyway, we didn't really get much out of him, but for some reason decided to let him live. So roughed him up and took him with us. Roughed him up some more, and then threw him in the arms of the guards, who promptly took him to some place where we wouldn't be able to rough him up more.
Put him in a coma.
Exactly. With that over, we spent the night in the camp and basically charged up for our assault on Ryder's outpost. Well, we didn't. We took a short rest. I mean, charged up for the attack on Reiner's outpost. Gathering up, we headed away towards it through the sewers, in which we noticed, or was told more specifically, that there was two giant crocodiles named the father and the mother, or the daddy and the mommy. Don't really remember. The parents.
Father and mother.
Yeah. That basically were the head honchos of the crocodiles. We managed to avoid them with some good thinking and some good owling. And ended up beneath Ryder's headquarters. Peeking up, the place was under siege by three, I will repeat, three, clots trying to gain entry. Humming and hawing, we tried to figure out a good way to maybe get them to just walk away or something. Oracle had the brilliant decision to go back to another manhole. Now, it was before this that a terrible curse and ended up on a power station in the land of England, and Maria was plunged into an eternal age of darkness and despair.
And I died of starvation.
Subsequently, Aramis was lost to everyone. He was still there, but he sort of lost himself in the situation and didn't tell his cousin that what he was about to do was a terrible mistake, as he made a really loud noise and yelled out, calling attention to everything above the other manhole and everything below it. Quickly, there was him, his cousin, who had been sort of just roped into it by circumstance, and poor Crunk were trapped on a ladder under a manhole. Well, let's just break out through the top. That didn't end well. It didn't end well at all for poor Oracle, nor Krunk, nor Aramis,
Yeah.
who all fell at different points, and then got up again when it came to Aramis, who continued a little bit, and then fell again. As a terrible, terrible cat didn't want to get off him at all. And that is roughly where we ended up when Tobor and Whisper noticed that something terrible had happened. They decided to call it off together with Eliza Dawnguard and just gonna head back to base, try to regroup and rethink the situation.
So, GM, I'd politely like to ask that at some point when his cousin fell, that Aramis retrieved the sunglasses before he was knocked out for, I don't know, the second time.
Ooh.
And so that he still has, so the legend of the sunglasses can live on.
Alright, I'll approve that. Alright, so...
Honestly, it was probably one of the best fights ever that this group has had since I've been in it. It was amazing.
It's because I wasn't there, you know. Makes everything better.
Well, the best part of it was Crunk grabbing a tongue from a zombie and pulling them off the roof and into the manhole and feeding it to crocodile.
Oh yeah,
Literally
happen.
grabbed, pulled straight into the drain.
yeah. That was pretty amazing. And that was my glimmer of hope that you guys would make it through. But then the curse of the die happened.
Oh, that's awful.
Never split the group.
We split 3 ways. It's fine.
Yeah, it was 3 ways.
Exactly.
God.
If you do a triple negative, you end up right? Right?
Right, yeah, of course.
No way.
We do math.
Alright. So. The remaining survivors, you have all gathered back down in the manhole. In the far distance, you can hear the echo of the crocodiles, who are still tearing and shredding apart the corpses that have fallen down into the sewage. Lady Dawnguard, she looks a bit like she's struggling with deciding what to do next. At first, she tells you that to continue the assault on Ryder, that this attack is too much. We just can't let this fall in from our hands. But then, as she sees the morality has fallen down to 0 within her team, she realizes that it would just end up with more unnecessary deaths. She tells you all to retreat and to go the other way through the sewer system. Though she's never been here before, she has a sort of a general understanding of the network. She is able to guide you to a somewhat close manhole, and that is where she makes it out. When you're in the open, rain pours down. It is green still in color, and as it runs down your cheeks and your skin, the lightning strikes. And as it strikes, you hear the entire city roar, almost as if the city was awoken. The roars aren't that of humans. They are that of monstrosities, unimaginable creatures that you would never imagine to have existed. You can't even imagine what could have made these sort of roars. They're dominating, echoing, and seem to be never endless. Dawnguard seems to pay no mind to this. Instead tells you to keep your heads high and to keep to every shadow that's possible. You navigate through the city with her, and it doesn't take long until she calls for a rest. You have not reached the safe haven yet, but she closes in to one of the apartment buildings nearby, readies herself for an oncoming battle that doesn't come, and then tells you all to rest for the night, and that you will all continue the next morning. What do you all do who are still alive?
So we're in a house, aren't we?
Yes,
And
like a
can I
small apartment.
can I clarify? Is Maria's character with us? Is Amaris with
Yeah,
us?
that's what I was gonna ask.
No, Aramis is
And
not with you.
what is my state? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, so it's just me and
so-
Whisper then. Me, Whisper, and
Yeah.
Dawnbringer, and all of her troop, her 5 members.
Yes. As far as you all know, Aramis is dead. The last
Yeah,
thing you
last
saw
I
with the
saw
owl
was-
was
yeah.
that she was unconscious with a vicious zombie cat clawing at her face.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you saw.
That's cool. So Tabor's just gonna say, it's basically gonna take the opportunity while there's guards around to not take a watch. Let them guards take the watch instead overnight. And he's just gonna send his owl off. He's gonna sleep and say to his familiar, "Come and wake me up if you see anything," and just send the owl to fly around the building, just keeping an eye because the owl doesn't need to sleep.
Yeah. A male guard, one of the older ones. Most of them are quite young. However, there is one who seems to be older, perhaps 40, maybe even 50. He stands up, looking quite furious. His suit of full plate armor is still drenched in water that drips upon the wooden floor. He slams his fist into the wall and says, "So, you want the rest, but us, who have served this empire for so long, are supposed to just keep you all alive. It is because of you, all of you, that this mission failed." Eliza is quiet.
Tabor's going to pipe up and just go, "I didn't see you coming up with any solutions. And yes, our solution went wrong, and a few of our friends have paid for it. Not you, our friends have paid for it. I've put I've got my friend, my familiar, like, I'm going to say my Wakar Faust is out searching the surrounding area now, from bird's eye view. So he can alert me if anything comes in. And if it makes you any more peaceful, I can set up a perimeter on this room and make sure that it wakes me up before we go to sleep. But I am sleeping tonight because I am useless without my magic, and I need to rest to have my magic. So either shut up.
I put my hand on Tobor and said, "Relax. Behave." I tell the guard.
Oh, that's fine.
Tobo, roll a persuasion.
Okie dokie, I'm not very good at that. Persuasion.
Yeah, the guard, he looks quite unhappy with what you said. You should have stayed in the sewer with the rest of your kind.
I summon a blade and say, "Apologize."
Eliza then raises her hand against both of you and says, "Both of you, calm down. This is not a time for an argument. What happened, happened. We need to regroup, gather to our senses, and make sure that all of us get out of this alive. That matters."
I nod, but I make special note of this guard's features. I'll be seeing him.
Roll a persuasion. He has a full-plated helmet on him. Yeah, you get some features. He has quite a bushy mustache. It looks like almost like a little bit like a.
Hold on a second. Let me. I want to do a little more.
All right.
Come on.
Come on, sideways.
Roll 20 just ignored it.
Oh yeah, I had some serious problem with roll 20 before.
It's a 17 now.
A 17. All right. So the first thing you see is his quite bushy mustache. It's imagine like the Pringles man mustache, except not that like comical. It is quite.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. He has no beard. He has quite like large lips, and he seems to be like missing one eye. One of them is like misty in its color. It's
Okay.
quite misty. He seems to be bald as well. That is pretty much what you can see with a 17.
Okay.
Um,
I'll mark them for later.
Yep.
Can I? There's your D4, by the way. Can I? Can you just describe what size sort of? I know you said we're in an apartment, but
Hmm.
basically, how many entries and that there are? Is it like a solid wall on one side or something, or? I am planning to use a ritually cast alarm. And I just want to know where the best place to basically be outlining the alarm is going to be.
Yeah. So, you're currently in what looks to be a living room. It is perhaps 25 times 20 feet in its size. There's also a neighboring room, which looks to be a very small kitchen. It is almost as if it's not really a room at all, but it's connected to the living room. There's also like a hallway, but that hallway is also very small and leads out to the common area, if you want to call it that. That like, yeah.
The room that we're in, is it only the one door entrance, like the main sort of
Yes,
entrance?
there's only one door.
And cool. So I'm going to set up. I'm going to spend 11 minutes ritually casting alarm around the basically encapsulating a 20-foot square that includes the front door of like the only entry point of this room.
Okay, sure. So let's see. Alarm. What does it do?
It just sets up basically a perimeter, a tripwire, an invisible tripwire that if anything comes in, I'll know about it.
Okay. So, is anyone of you going to keep watch?
That the owl and that is my keeping watch, and I'm gonna sleep.
Okay.
I'll keep watch for first watch.
Okay. So, on your first watch, you see that Eliza is also up. She has removed her helmet, revealing her short blonde hair, and she's sitting by a window on a table. She looks at you with only the moonlight shining down on her, revealing her facial features. She says to you, "It's okay. I'll keep watch. It is my fault that we've lost so many. I'll keep watch, and I'll make sure that this night is peaceful. Go back to sleep." I can't hear you, Andy.
Said thank you. Get me when your watch is done.
Oh, I'll be staying up the entire night.
Oh, good. You'll be tired.
It's my punishment for not taking control of the situation.
And by being tired, you will make mistakes. That is not tactically sound. I would expect better of a commander.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Thank God for advantage.
Very good. I will wake you up in 1 hour.
4 hours for the watch.
And
Good night.
yeah, she tells you good night. Is there anything you want to do during your watch?
I do want to inspect the room we're in because we didn't really search it very well. We just took up residence. So I'm gonna take a look, see if there's anything above or below us. Is this a multi-story building?
Yeah, there are 3 stories.
All right.
You are on the first floor, bottom floor.
Okay. I will go up to the second floor to see if I detect any movement.
Um, sure. Roll an investigation. Nice. So the second floor seems to be very still. The walls are splattered with blood, and you do stumble upon a corpse of a man. He's almost in nude, only in his underwear. There
Okay.
is something else, however. you hear something on the 3rd floor. It sounds like small tapping, like perhaps something small is walking upstairs.
All right, I'm gonna stealthily head back downstairs and keep a very close eye on that staircase.
Okay.
For shit,
Nothing.
but oh well.
Yeah. Nothing emerges from upstairs, and after a while,
Okay.
the tapping completely stops.
Okay. When my watch is complete, I'm gonna make a point of roughly waking up that asshole guard.
Okay. Yeah. He's actually sleeping in his full armor. He's the only guard who does that, or the only soldier who does that.
Okay, then I give him a firm kick in the sides and your turn.
Yeah. He wakes up. He opens his eye. Fine. And he just stands up. His plate armor clangs. Ludwig?
And I tell the guard that I heard some tapping upstairs, so keep an eye on the stairwell.
What do you mean tapping? Is it like someone who tapped on a pipe, or
I
what do you mean?
explain how I heard it to him, and just keep an eye out for anything. We may not be alone.
All right. Thank you for your. I apologize if I came off as rude. It's been quite a hectic day, and I apologize for my behavior.
I nod, and that's it.
And he goes to keep the watch.
Since I only needed my original 4 hours, I'm going to go upstairs and take a look at the 3rd floor.
Why did you only need 4 hours?
Because I'm a half elf.
Is it the trance?
Trance, yeah.
Yeah. You do not gain a full rest. It's just that you can be with the trance ability. What it allows you to do is have 2 more hours of low activity. You still need to rest the full 8 hours.
Not according to that, but okay.
Let's see. For 4 hours a day. While meditating, you can dream after blah blah blah. Elves don't need sleep. Instead, they meditate deeply.
The last sentence: after resting this way, you gain the same benefit as that of a human that does 8 hours of sleep.
I could have sworn that this was a common mistake.
It doesn't actually say that it changes the long rest's length at all. In fact, as written, it only changes the amount you need to sleep during the long rest.
You can dream.
All right, well, however, I'm fine either way. If I don't get the rest, then I'll just go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to look more deeply into this, but for now, I'm gonna rule it as you still need your 8 hours of resting. You just need 4 hours of trance, and then another 4 hours of low activity. For now,
all right.
I promise you, I will look into it.
That's fine.
Yeah. So, nothing happens during that night. When you're all awake, when you all wake from your sleep, you see that Dawnbringer has already put her suit of armor on, and she looks ready to head out. What do you do?
I will inform Tobor and get ready to go.
Yeah, Spor's gonna, after waking up, is gonna. I'm guessing that the guards have seen him eating shit before, because let's face it, Tabor's always snacking. So whilst looking at the guard that pissed him off, he's gonna eat 2 of the human fingers from his collection of fingers.
Hmm.
Just sort of staring like.
Hmm. He's actually gonna put his hand on his weapon and he's going to say to you, "Are you mocking me, lizard?"
No, I don't trust you after you threatened me last night. I've got to eat.
Roll a persuasion.
Persuasion. I'm so. Oh.
Look, I'm sorry for what happened last night. I'm not typically like that. Just a very stressful day. So I apologize for my behavior. However, it disturbs me quite greatly when I see someone munch on fingers of perhaps what is my comrades.
We'll go. Fair enough. Put them away and just take out one of the crocodile snacks and just eat that, like from the crocodile meat.
Much
Change
better.
the snack. And go and actually say to him, just remember, we're not all sword swingers. Some of us come to keep watch in other ways. Calls the owl back down to his shoulder to sit on his shoulder, and basically just goes, walk outside that door quickly and hear what happens. As if the guard does that, the audible alarm from alarm will actually trigger, just as it's about to end.
Yeah. Also, the monkey crawls up, clinging to whatever it can cling to that you have on you, and then sits on the other shoulder, looking at the parrot curiously.
Ow, not parrot, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Parrot! Pirate. No, looking at the owl. So, unless you guys want to do anything else, the travel towards the safe haven continues. You miraculously stumble upon nothing during your travels. You hear the soldiers talking amongst each other. Whatever could have made that howl that you heard when the lightning struck. No one seems to be quite sure. Perhaps it was a horde of something very large, or perhaps it was one large creature. Of course, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. You gain your stats back and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you start to gain, what am I even saying? As you make your way towards the safe havens, the doors slides open. Dawnbringer brings you all in. She turns around. She places one hand on who's she going to do it to? She's probably going to do it to you, Tobor. And she says, making sure that everyone can hear it except for her guards. And she says, "I'm sorry for your loss. Know that my quest to get Ryder is far from over. If you would ever want to perhaps help me, maybe we could trick him with that trap he's setting up. If you would ever want to do that, know that I will be forever in your debt, and I will take you to the nobleman that I promised you."
Tabor's going to actually respond and just go, well, we already had the agreement for that. It weakens the pact that we lost some good friends.
I understand. But do understand that this situation is terrible. Wherever you go in the city, you will be surrounded by enemies. If you can make friends, make sure that you get to know them and that you can trust them. Once you trust them, your chances of survival will be far greater. Know that I am your friend, and I will always help you if I can.
Tabor's going to thank her and say, yeah, I deem you as a friend, but as you should know, my kind are used to hostility.
Wait, you said your kind is not used to hostility?
No, my kind is used to hostility. I'm used to not, always being things always out there to kill me, and I'm a lizard folk. We live in brutal condition, gently speaking.
Yeah, that is very true. Well, I guess we'll see each other hopefully soon.
Player to DM. It's 2 days away that the ambush, wasn't it? Because it was 3 initially, I believe, and now it's 2 away.
I do believe it's 1
Oh, no,
day
it'd be
now.
1 now. Yeah,
Yeah.
now it'd be 1.
So it would be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, as she turns around, you hear something. You hear in a panic how one of the guardsmen scream out, "We need a medic! Hurry up! Open the gates!" And the gate slides open, quite fast as well. From the gate entrance, you see, well, what do they see?
You're muted, Mike.
Mike.
You're muted on Discord.
Yep.
There you go.
I knew that. Well, I mean, I've been spamming chat enough to know what you see, but you see my character, who you should all know what that looks like by now. But if you don't, I'll upload another picture because I spent enough time doing him. No, not like that. Uh-oh. I haven't got a picture of him not in horrible, nasty form anymore. What the hell? Ah, there we go. Him carrying Artemis through the gates.
Wings included.
The wings are filled up, but yeah, they're there, and they're blatantly useless.
All right.
I mentioned the Tobor. Trust always get carried in wherever he goes.
Yeah, I'm guessing we see. Yeah, we see. It's gonna be like, I'm sure he was dead, and I'm gonna approach, and basically be like, is Aramis conscious or is fully unconscious?
Fully
No,
unconscious.
He's unconscious.
Yeah. So as you
I'm not
stare
wasting
upon
healing on some demon breed. You must be joking.
Yeah, so as you look upon these two creatures, at first you see something that looks like something terrifying. I'll be honest. But you see your friend. He's being carried like your friend is being carried by this creature. I'm not sure if you've seen what are they called? An aasimar before? They do exist, but they are, to some places, they're legends. They do not exist. They are a very, very, very rare occurrence. However, you see Aramis being fully unconscious in his arms. You see a nasty claw mark of a cat right across the face. It's not bleeding anymore, but it is going to leave a nasty scar.
On his beautiful face.
Mm-hmm. But
So
in his
the sunglasses are full.
in his hand, Aramis clutches something tightly. A pair of sunglasses. It is almost as if he's consciously gripping tightly to them. Though he is unconscious, so it shouldn't be possible. But somehow it is.
How far are we from this compared to the medics that would initially be running over there?
If you were to run to them, you would get there first. The
Tabor's not going to run.
No.
Tabor would walk over.
Casually walk.
Yeah.
So yeah, the medics rush over there, and as they look and tend to Aramis, they hastily say that he should be brought to the medic bay. What do you do?
Tabor is going to use his tail to take the glasses. Well, to see if Aramis would relate. No, don't worry, they're coming. This is a remember we're friends situation afterwards. But Tabor is going to try and basically with the tail, take the glasses from Aramis, and then follow them behind, like leaving them space to heal him up, but follow behind.
Yeah. Make an athletics check.
I'm not rating him.
Never
Okay, I
surrender.
Oh!
With the tail, though, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, yeah. You do like the tail grabs a hold, like wraps itself around the pair of glasses. You think that it will be an easy task to do that, but some mysterious. It is almost as if it's magic, because they are almost glued to her hand. But you do manage to snatch them away from his hands. The paramedics notice this, however. They look at you and they say, "Stay out of this!" And then they hastily run towards the medic bay.
Yeah, I'm going to follow from behind and get as far as they can before anyone stops.
Yeah, they brought like a
Scott
stretcher or
going in.
something. Or am I still
Yeah.
carrying him?
Wait, say that again, Mike?
Have they brought a stretcher or something, or am I still carrying him?
No, he's being carried. Like they've taken him from you. They're
Right.
essentially carrying him right now. I should have said that.
Yes.
But yeah. So
And I wash
You
my hands
three.
of the whole thing.
yeah, what do you do except following? What do you do anything?
I'm just following him in. I like Tabor's just following the pack.
I keep an eye on our new friend here.
I'm looking around for whoever's in charge.
Oh, that when I noticed that, I say, and you are, good sir.
He just kind of looks. You're not. What are you?
I'm certainly not the one in charge, but I could certainly bring you to the one who is.
That was out of character. What are you? What race are you?
Half elf.
You're half elf. All right. Okay.
And I said, and you are, sir?
I am looking for who's in charge.
Excellent. That would be the scaly person that just walked off.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk up to you, like face to face, and go, "Do you think me an idiot?"
Oh no, but I would only deign to tell you about the most powerful mage in the area. That will be my friend, and he just walked off.
Right. Hang on a second. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Parent struggles.
It happens.
Yeah. Just while I'm sure he could probably still hear us. But this
I
is why
mean,
you don't
Ludwig
use
still
my
probably
screen
remembers
before
when he
bed.
had to burp thick.
Technical difficulties, which we're gonna call children now.
They are
What did you
technical
say?
difficulties.
Technical life difficulty.
Technical mistakes.
No!
Oh!
Oh man.
I'm so hopeful that your wife is not around.
She's not even my wife.
I was referring to Curtis.
Oh, mine's upstairs. Wait, I didn't say it. Mine's not
My-
upstairs. I planned
My wife is right next to me. Oh, she looked at me just then.
Well,
She's got headphones on though. She can't always hear me.
that's good.
It's just when you said that in between a pause of a song, though.
Right.
There you go.
Sorry.
She heard her.
I'm not on about anything.
All right. So, let's get back into the game. So, what happened? Yeah. Do you say anything else to each other?
I say,
He just
if you
gives
were
you a
looking
look
for the most
and like turns you off, basically.
I then say, however, if you're looking for the commander of the garrison, I point to Dawnbringer.
Better. Thank you.
You are in my debt.
Completely ignores you.
Right. So,
Susanna, I'm gonna get very annoyed.
in the medical bay, Aramis is rushed. You are not allowed entry, Tobor. When you get to the doors, one of the guardsmen places a hand on your chest and says, "Sorry, only personnel in here."
I was going to say, get me as soon as he wakes up.
We'll do that.
And then I'm going to return to Whisper.
All right. As
I
you
try to
return-
introduce Tobor to our rather abrupt individual when he returns.
Well, Tobor, as you make your way back, you hear a familiar voice. It yells out, "Ah, there they are!" And as you turn around, you see Matilda, the daughter of the bakery, and
Cookbook girl.
yeah, they put the cookbook girl, and she has a companion with her, which she grabs tightly off your hand, Tia, as she almost pulls you towards the party. Could you give a description of your character?
She's hella cute.
So you see a red-headed elf young woman, wearing a traveler's robe, underneath which you see a set of scale mail, slightly oversized for her, jingling about. Her left, however, what might stand out, her left arm being dragged by, I forgot her name after
Matilda.
Matilda. Can never remember that. You see, it's covered by metal braces and different pieces of machinery sticking out of it, apparently being part of it. Her eyes, you see, slightly glow and have a weird sort of mechanical sheen to the iris. And throughout her face, you see different seams almost like she was sewn together at some point. She does not even have a right arm, only having a stump slightly showing outside the robe on the right side. She's apparently a little bit reluctantly being drawn with this woman until she spots you. You see the eyes quickly change color a bit, from a yellow to a green. You could have told me it was a lizard folk. And she rips her hand away from Matilda and hers off towards you and starts speaking in Draconic. You're a lizard folk, right?
Well, supposedly, but I seem to have more intelligence than my other kin.
Really? Okay, never mind. The human told me. Oh, she was human, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The human told me that you and the people you travel with could help me.
Depends. Depends what you need help with. But our friends have. One's just gone in there, and two of them, unfortunately, just succumbed to the city.
No, yeah, never mind those. The ones alive. Do you think they could handle traveling into the center of town? You know where this started?
Eventually, that was our plan. We've got one job to do for the Dawnbringer, where we've got to go and help them in East Town. But after that...
But you are planning to heading there, right?
Cool.
Yeah, okay. And your friends that are alive, are they trustable? They don't...
Well, my friend that's alive, his trust comes by coin.
Okay.
I, however, have trust through a favor that I owe some of his bosses.
Okay. But... Okay. Fine.
He's saved my life, and his duty there is to protect me. So.
Okay. I see. Okay. Fine. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I'm gonna follow you then.
Okay, just I'm gonna point at Whisper and go. Introduce yourself to him. Obviously, this whole conversation, I'm assuming, was draconic. So
Yeah.
I'm going to point to Whisper and go, he doesn't understand the pure language. Left to speak to him in common. This is Whisper.
I nod.
What are you?
I'm a half-elf.
Okay, half-elf. And then she lays eyes on Karanax. Can't even pronounce it. Karanax. And yeah. In Infernal. Are you a devil? Do you understand Infernal?
Let's hope not, shall we? Oh dear. He stops walking. like somebody just struck him from behind. And turns around very slowly. And says, in common, I beg your pardon.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Wait. So what are you?
I am... I'm an aasimar, if you know.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
No, I don't suppose you do.
Can you flap those wings?
Are we done here?
You see her eyes turning to a yellow color. Flap those wings, please.
And he's like, I'm not here for your amusement.
It's not amusement. Please flap those wings.
He's not going to flap his wings. He's just going to walk off to the creek towards the keep.
You would all see her eyes then start moving about, turning... slightly turning... You see them start turning around, like something activates within them. And she seems to just look through him. She then turns around and looks through the other two people. The other two people there. DM, can she look through them?
With your little ability.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Fine, okay. So at least you're not Mel. Okay.
Did you say that out loud? At
Yeah,
least you're not
yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
The ball's going to be like, you're metal.
Not all me. Only 40%.
Tabor's going to go, well, at least I could use, if you do die, I can use it as toothpicks. And chuckle. He's going to chuckle at it. Like, he meant it as a joke. He's trying to be funny.
Yeah. Okay, listen, folk. Okay. Is this all of your friends?
No, we've got one in there. Pointing at the infirmary.
Something wrong with them?
Well, last I saw him, he was dead, but that gentleman that didn't particularly like you carried him back in. So, I don't know. But as soon as he comes round, I need to give him these sunglasses anyway.
Okay. Fine. Fine. He sort of just stands back and just seems to wait.
Tabor's going to walk off and talk to Matilda and show, like, basically show Matilda the little snack bites that he now makes. From the crocodile meat, and just sort of show her that and talk about the recipe. Nothing to actually roleplay, just a little demo of, look, this is what I'm doing.
She is going to tell you.
None of the fingers?
Nah, not the fingers. She's already seen them in horror. This is the snacks that I can now actually make.
She is going to tell you that tomorrow is the day that she's going to be transported to another outpost. south of here.
Hmm.
And she also tells you that she hopes that you come to visit her.
And
Perhaps
I
that she
will.
can even come with you one day.
Yeah, Tabor's going to be all up for that, and he's actually going to. I've got a small knife that was just as part of the kit. Can I give it to her and go, here you go, use this when cooking and think of me? It's just a small ornate knife as such. It's not an actual dagger. It's just a normal knife.
Yeah, she is going to accept it, and then she's going to hug you. She wraps her fleshy arms around your scaly body, and she thanks you. And then she begins to head off.
Yep.
So, at the infirmary, Aramis, you are hastily awoken, almost like a electrical bolt is being sent through your body. You had a nightmare. You saw your cousin fall in a dark room. He stood, and you saw as invisible ghosts struck at him and clawed at his body, ripping him to shreds. You then saw blood running down from your face, as you then fell into a pool of water, slowly drowning. And then you're carried by something. It looks human, but at the same time not. It has wings. You're not quite sure of what it is. Perhaps it's... You start to think of your lineage, of the pact that is a reason for your kind. You start to think that perhaps some of the rumors that when inkling, what the hell? When a tiefling dies, they are brought down to the 7 layers of hell. More specifically, the layer of sin, where they are forced to serve as lesser demons for all eternity. But you are awoken in an infirmary. Around, right next to you stands a tabaxi. He holds his paws up and says, calm down. Calm down. You're fine. You're fine. You're alive.
Aramis will immediately look into his hands, and not seeing the sunglasses, assumes it was just a bad dream. And he's such panting, and he looks at the tabaxi. You know, this is not a normal face. Have you seen another one like me? Purple guy, sunglasses. Probably already awake, flirting with the nurses.
He roll an insight.
Wow.
Yeah, nah, you get
Why have
nothing.
I got a Oh, I've got guidance on by accident. It's just a 5.
Yeah. I'm sorry, no, but you were the only one who were brought in here. You're lucky to be alive. You lost a lot of blood. You're,
He-
you're
He'll
covered.
shake his head and go, he's... You know what, he probably wasn't even in the tent. He's probably fine. I'm sure he's talking to Kronk. I'm sure everything's okay. Has to be okay.
You
And
need
he
to
tries to
rest.
get out of the bed.
Sir, the tabaxi puts its paws, hands on your shoulders and like pushes you back almost down into the bed again. Sir, you need to relax. You've lost a lot of blood. Standing
I'm
up could make you
completely
pass out.
relaxed. Where is my cousin? Oracle! Oracle, you bastard! Come out here!
I'm sorry. There's no oracle here. Rest, please. You need to rest.
Can't rest until I see my cousin. Where is he? Show me where he is. Show me where that fool Krunk is. Heck, I'll even take Whisper's face at this point.
All right. If you wait here, I'll go out and I'll talk to the guards to see if they've heard anything. All right?
Yeah.
But stay in your bed. I'll make some tea for you. I'll come in here with it, some refreshments. You'll be fine.
Is this a female or male tabaxi?
It's a male.
Aramis will still give him a wink. And just be like, "Oh, thank you. Always love a little hospitality." And he'll lean back with.
Just
Yeah.
been brought to life and still have all the charisma.
He starts to unconsciously waggle his tail a bit. Now, just lay down and I'll get you whatever you need. All right?
Wow,
And then
this is the most luxury I've had since the stupid apocalypse.
yeah, you're in a lone room, quite a small room. At once, perhaps this could have been a tavern's like a room in a tavern. There is a mirror on one of the walls, and other than that, there's really nothing of interest.
Well, Aramis, being the vain person he is, he's gonna stay on his bed, but he's gonna tilt his head to look in the mirror.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you see your clothes. You are essentially butt naked. You do have
Nothing new.
some like white robes, like a very almost like just a cloth that
Yeah.
covers your upper body. But as you look over and try to get a glimpse in the mirror, you see your clothes. They are drenched in blood. They're laying in one of the corners of the room, and even a small puddle has formed around the wooden floor, indicating that you were perhaps on the brink of death from blood loss.
He just scratches the back of his head. He doesn't know how to take this, so he's just like, "Oh, another close scrape, another tale for my cousin to tell." I'm sure. Yes, but I'm assuming he sees the massive scar on his face in the mirror.
Yeah, there's not just one massive scar. There's 3 claw marks. You know that you have this whenever you start to think of what I've made this perhaps you know that you fought a small cat, but
Yeah.
this is a deep tearing that goes from the top of the scalp all the way down to the cheekbone.
His fingers kind of brush against it, and he's just like, he's just lost for words for a second, and then he goes, "Well, ladies love war wounds, I guess. Makeup, maybe. I'll be fine. I'll be fine." He's just telling himself, "I'll be fine. Just some drinks, and I'll be okay."
The door then opens, and back comes the tabaxi, now with a cup that emits like steam. He places it on a table next to the bed, and he says, "I've spoken to the guards, and they haven't heard anything about an oracle. I'm sorry. They did tell me that there was this strange man. He was like, he had a dark, very almost pitch black skin and wings, and there was also this. What was it? Yes, it was. What is the race called? Damn.
Mine
Scale.
or
Scale.
lizard folk?
Lizard folk. Sorry, thank you. There was also lizard folk with them, as well as a half elf. Is this perhaps one of Oracle?
I know 2 of the 3 of those bastards. I thought the other one was a dream, but I don't know. Subliminal. I need to see the half elf and the lizard folk, and I'm sure they know where my cousin is. I'm sure he's gone off somewhere. And Kronk probably followed him. The poor guy doesn't have that many brain cells, you know.
Yes, I'm sure. I will make an exception. I will invite your friends, if I can find them, of course. I will invite them into this room. I will even make some tea for them. I'll be right back.
Aramis will give him another wink, and he just goes, "First class service, thank you."
He makes his way out. Let's see, the team. Are you still outside the infirmary?
The ball would have been.
Well, I've been walking towards the keep for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know how we didn't learn a lesson from splitting the party? Mike's walking to there, and I'm at the infirmary still.
Yeah.
I think splitting the party in camp is a bit different.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna be staying with the majority, probably with Tobor and Whisper.
Why I'm so friendly?
I like you.
Tabor hasn't actually really met you yet.
So, a tabaxi comes out from the infirmary. He has his fingers crossed, almost like he's saying a prayer, and he comes up to you, Tobor, since you're the most different one of them all, and he says, "Your friend, he would like to see you and your friends. If you would like to follow me, I'll take you to him."
Yep, I told the guards to come and get me straight away. Thank you.
Take you to her.
All right. So all of you follow except for Karnax. All right.
Mm-hmm.
As you're taken through the infirmary, you see soldiers, you see commoners alike. They are all over the place, wounded. Some are perhaps even dead. You're then taken upstairs to a room, one of the few rooms upstairs, where then you see Aramis in the middle of the room on a lone large table next with a table with a bed table. What is it called? Bed table?
Yeah.
There's a bed table next to it. You see Aramis. Piff.
Oh, go on.
Piff the tabaxi. He says, "I'll leave you alone. I'll come back with some refreshments." And
Thank you.
then he nods. He almost looks a bit guilty somehow. But he leaves and he closes the door behind him.
So Aramis has a big grin on his face as everyone comes in, and he just claps his hands and he goes, "Ah, I never thought I'd be glad to see your guys' faces." Now,
And Tabor's gonna just respond with, "I never thought I would see your face."
well, it's not what it once used to be, but I've got a disguise kit. I'm sure I can make it look better, or maybe sell a story for it. It doesn't matter. I tried to ask the tabaxi where my cousin was, or where Kronk is, and they said they weren't around. So where the fuck did you guys send him? Because I don't know. I had a weird dream, and I'd like to see his face.
I am gonna just pull out the sunglasses.
And he just points a finger towards you, and he goes, "How the fuck did you get his sunglasses? He never takes them off. If you've done something to him, I will die in this bed trying to make sure that I get vengeance, okay? So just..."
All I did was take these from what looked like your corpse as you was being dragged in here. I didn't want the staff here taking them from you. The last I saw, you was dead on a rooftop. Oracle was dead next to the sewer. And the giant oaf was still giant next to the same sewage entrance.
No, you said the wrong word. You said dead. You said he was dead. You said I was dead. I'm not dead. I'm alive. I'm right here. So how could he be dead? He can't be dead. Well, maybe they've taken him to a different place. Maybe he's somewhere else. There's no way he's dead. I gotta give those sunglasses back to him. It's fine. We'll find him. We'll find him. He's somewhere here. He must be.
There was like 3 zombies chewing on him. There was about 2 or 3 chewing on Crunk. And last I saw, there was a vicious cat scratching you, and I'm going to point at your scars on your face and go, I assume that's what that last scar was, because it wasn't on your face when I last saw your body.
You see Aramis look at you, and there's just like a flash in his eyes where you just see the light die, and you see his hands are like shaking, and he goes very, very quiet for a moment, and he just puts his hand out and goes, "Give them to me."
Straight away. No hesitation. The sunglasses go to him.
He takes them out, puts them on his face, and then you can't see his eyes, so you can't see the expression, but you see a little tear come from underneath. And he goes, I want everyone to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then he just lies back in the bed and just pulls the sheet up, and that's it. That's all you're getting from him.
Yeah, no, Tabor's gonna head out, and if the others aren't turning at the same pace, we'll use his tail to turn them and sort of start heading out.
Why didn't you tell me that your friend was a tiefling?
And
You didn't ask.
As you're leaving the tent, you just hear like a really just like a kind of guttural fuck from the room, and that's it.
The last thing you remember, because I could imagine that your character got some flashbacks to the moment when it all happened. The
Definitely.
last thing you remember that your brother said was that do something. He told you to do something as he desperately dodged everything that came in his path. But in the end, he took a hit too much and he fell down in a pile of blood. That is the last thing you remember.
I think at that moment, Aramis realizes that all those memories are real, and it isn't some crazy lucid dream. And he just, I don't know what anyone else does, but it'll take him maybe a few hours. Well, I don't think he's even allowed out of the bed, is he, Vic?
Not really.
Yeah. So,
However,
but if anyone goes to see him, they'll just find a very silent, non-communicative tiefling.
as you all leave the room, you run into the tabaxi, who has a plethora of cups. Quite fine cups. All seem to be filled with some hot liquid. And he says, "Oh, are you done already? Are you leaving?"
Tabor's just gonna pipe up and say, yeah, because the people he was looking for, his cousin, his family, didn't make it, and just carry on walking.
He nods. I see. Should I not disturb him?
Probably best to leave him a moment.
Okay.
Don't feed him any poison.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hurt him. However, here, take a cup. It's gonna refresh you.
Tabor will take a cup and just knock it back as a gesture of humanity that he's trying to fit in with as much as possible. Just straight down.
Why did you do that for?
Why not? I raise up my drink and chug it back.
Tabor and Draconics go in. No more, like, they're not here to harm. He's got. What are you so afraid of? It's a drink.
You can never be sure. You don't
What?
know. You just don't know.
This safe haven, I trust them, and yeah, would just have taken his drink and then carried on walking to the exit. Out of curiosity, though, whilst walking to the exit, can I see the frail wizard bastard that we in any of the rooms?
You would assume that the more serious cases are here. Do you want to peek into the rooms? There are a total of 7 rooms that you can see.
I don't want to enter any of them, but like a cursory glance as I'm walking past, just to see if there's any bodies or people that I know.
All of the doors are closed.
Oh, then no, I'll just walk straight out.
Okay.
I'm not that interested. It was just a curiosity thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, let's see. Let's go to Karnax. As you head towards the headquarters, which is heavily guarded, what do you do?
I attempt to completely ignore the fact that it's heavily guarded.
Yeah.
And just walk in like I own the place.
Yeah. The moment you are about 10 feet away from the entrance, a guard holds his hand up and he says, "I'm sorry, sir. You're not allowed entrance."
I need to see whichever mortal's in charge of this place.
Look at him. Mortals. What do you think you are? Some kind of a god? Oh, I'm sorry, father. Of course. Come in.
I take it he doesn't let me in.
No. I've never seen your face before. Trust me, I would have remembered it.
Fine. Am I a god? Not quite.
Exactly. Now go along, mortal.
Can everyone within 10 feet of me
Now.
let me just check I get this right. Is it 10 feet? Do. Oh, come on. Where? Yeah, 10 feet. Make a charisma saving throw.
So there are 3 people. There's a commoner, and there are the 2 guards. What are you doing?
I'm just weighing up out of character whether this is a good plan or not. Whether he thinks, oh, it's a bad idea.
So
It's what he'd want to do, but I don't think it's a good point.
Okay, what did he do?
He was going to go to Necrotic Shroud and reveal the full aasimar thing.
Yeah, but why did they make the checks?
I was just trying to figure out with myself whether or not it would be a good idea to do it. I've decided against it. Change my mind.
What?
I didn't realise you'd made the checks, to be honest. I thought I'd stopped you.
Okay, I'm very confused.
Right, never mind.
Okay, so for future, you tell me what you want to do. Like,
Yeah,
I want to cast a spell. You know.
Yeah. I've changed my mind in doing what it was I was going to do.
Okay.
Right, so he's just going to memorize the guard's face, turn around and walk back and look for the supposedly the most powerful mage in these parts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you head back to the infirmary where you last saw them.
Mm-hmm.
What, like the infirmary people, the majority of the party? What do you guys do? You're muted.
I would have stayed with Tobor wherever he goes. I don't trust these knuckleheads.
I'd have just been heading out after dealing with the breaking the bad news. Tabor would have been heading out and would have actually tried to go to a shop, but that can come whenever the roleplay finishes.
When you guys are starting to kind of head, Aramis, Tabaxi be goddamn damned, will have been emerging out of that tent, because there is no way he's going to spend these days lying in a bed. So you see Aramis at the entrance of the tent, basically butt naked in the back, with just a cloth on the front, with the glasses on, and he's staring. As 2 of you are walking away, you just hear, "Hey, knuckleheads!"
But yeah, Tabor will turn around and start heading back and go, "Did you forget something?" Looking him up and down, like fully naked, like in this gown.
I don't know where the hell they put my clothes or my stuff.
They're in a pile of blood in the corner of your room, you dumb skull.
Whisper says, I think it's a fashion improvement, honestly.
Yeah, just like that scar on your face is always an improvement on you too.
I like it. Adds character.
So
He
Boar's
puts-
going to
he-
look at everyone and go,
Chicks
"You're
big
all
stones.
matching now. Maybe I need to get one in my scale."
Listen. Sitting in that bed, thinking about bullshit, is not what I want to do. So even if I walk around half fucking naked, I'm coming with you guys, wherever the hell you're going. And maybe I'll buy myself some nice clothes again.
You see Kia walk around you, and she takes a hold of your tail and pinches it.
You probably see the most visceral reaction Aramis ever given to something. Like, he looks like he's this close to bitch slapping Kia. You just see him go, "What the fuck?"
Oh, thank
Listen,
the Great Mother. You're a real tiefling. Right?
has anyone ever told you you gotta ask before you touch?
Yeah. Would you have let me?
I let women do a lot of things if they ask nicely.
She sort of just nods and goes, "Yeah, sure you would."
Who's this weirdo chick anyway?
To Boar's going to go, "Do you remember the girl that gave me the cookbook that we saved?
Yeah.
She introduced us, and she's a bit weird, but she's been following us since. So I think she wants to hang with us and come and help us do what we've got to do. But wants to get into the center of the city at some point. So I think we was heading there."
Aramis will pull his sunglasses down and just look her up and down from the room with his sunglasses and go, "I've seen worse. Seems fine."
And I turn to Aramis and say, "Oh, by the way, you can forget that sword for now."
You see Aramis goes silent for a long moment and goes, "Do you really think that's the top of my list right now?"
It would be mine.
Karnax, while they're having this argument, you come. You see the most powerful mage in the entire city standing there with a monkey on his shoulder and an owl on the other, standing there listening to his friends.
You, lizard.
The Boar.
Indeed. I need to get in to see the person in charge of here. According to your friend, you're the most powerful wizard in the place.
You
Aramis
just
will
need to
step.
learn how. Oh, sorry. Go.
I was gonna say Aramis is gonna step up to this guy and just offer his hand out. Now, it may have been a drug-induced dream, but I think you had something to do with me still being standing.
Yes, well, we all make mistakes. He shakes his hand.
Aramis lets the shake happen, and he's just. You can't really see his expression behind the sunglasses, but he just gives a shrug. And he's just like, "You know what? Next to him," and he points at Whisper, "he's still less weird."
At least it wasn't
And
me.
And you see him roll his shoulders and go, "Right, let's get me some clothes."
Like I said, you look perfect. As the wind blows the flap away.
He, Aramis will look at Whisper for a long moment and go, "Dude, you're not my type." And just leave it at that.
I meant as target practice.
That's what they all say. Come on, let's go. It's getting
Uh,
cold and drifty.
To Board to Karamat, sort of. It's just going to say, then you need to learn how to make friends. Friends get you to places in this world, not your attitude. And walk off to go towards anywhere that sells clothes with Aramis and Whisper.
Yeah.
Aramis is actually going to give Tabor a pat on the back, and you'll mutter a thank you to him about the sunglasses.
So there is a clothing stand that sell clothes. However, they are far from fancy. In fact, they seem to be scavenged clothes from people. They are clearly used.
So how heavy would the gear actually be? like Aramis's actual clothes that were blood piled in the room.
How heavy they would be?
I'm basically going to send the owl in to go and get them fancy clothes, pass prestidigitation on them to clean them up and present them back.
I mean,
It's
Oh,
the
fair
idea.
enough.
I mean, yeah. With prestidigitation, you would wring the blood out that's in it, which would just make them very light, very, very light. Even the blood would still have pretty much dried up to, like, almost completely dried.
Yeah, no, it's just because of all the kicks, it would be the swords and that as well. I'd imagine. I don't know where they'd have put all of the gear, but at least the clothes, like the blue with the gold or whatever it was, clothes I could clean up, and the owl could bring them back to us and go
Yeah.
more. And Tabor's just going to go. How about this?
Aramis will take one look at the fucking peasant clothes in front of him, look back at his own clothes, and go, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take this."
Tabor's going to hold them back a little bit and go. That's 1 gold piece, please.
I don't even have any money. I'm wearing a gown.
No, but when you start, I'm guessing you start searching for it naturally, and then Tabor's going to chuckle and give you the clothes.
And he snatches the clothes and goes, "I preferred you when you were less funny."
This is
And
what happens when you become my friend.
He'll just go behind some tent and just quickly change. He was probably holding his rapier in his hand, just rebuckle his rapier. And he just re-emerges, adjusting himself, adjusting the sunglasses, rolling himself back. And you see as he's like trying to adjust himself, he winces a little bit at some of the pain, and he's like, "Oh, good as new, probably."
Cool. So with the clothes bought, have you interrupted us yet as we've gone on and as I gave you the attitude back and then walked off on a shopping spree?
No, I mean, it's just guarded you.
Fine.
All right. As you have wrinkled all of the bloody clothes out, a guard in golden armor, the ones who were alive, recognize this man as the man who guarded her private apartment. He comes running up, even. He almost seems to be out of shape as he huffs and puffs. But he briefly he managed to tell you, Lady Dawnbringer wants to see you immediately.
Before he realizes, I'm gonna snap the owl out of existence.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're lucky
as soon as I
that.
saw him, I would have flicked it out of existence, sort of thing. But I just wanted to let you get your bit out.
Would we have noticed that? The owl being snapped out.
It's literally by at will. There's no verbal.
Yeah.
There's no somatic. It's just at will. So yeah, it disappeared off my shoulder.
Okay.
If you had seen it on my shoulder, look back. It's no longer on my shoulder.
Okay.
And with that, I would then head towards where we got to go. She's ally to us in Tabor's eyes. So Tabor's gonna off I go.
Aramis follow.
He looks at the new people of the party, and he says, "Who are these two?"
I don't know that one, pointing at Karanak. But this one seems friendly enough and a bit weird. But she's following us now, apparently. So
He just looks at you, looks back at the guard with an intense stare. Nothing.
What is wrong with your eyes?
That's none of your
Who are you
business.
saying that to? Both of us have weird eyes.
He looks at your Cardax. What is wrong with you?
Nothing. Other than I appear to be being. Who is this lady Dawnbringer?
the one that you asked me to get you to go and see.
Marvelous. Then I will come with.
She's a bit stuck up, but she seems fine.
Oh, is
A
she?
bit stuck up. Have you been speaking to me for 5 minutes?
Is she in charge? Is she powerful?
Yeah.
I've not seen her fight yet, but she seems powerful.
No, not in a fight. Like, is she high up? You know? Do
Well, as
people-
high up
Lord
as you can
Commander.
be in an apocalypse world where society is crumbled.
That's gonna have to do.
Either way, make haste. And then he runs in his armor, like with each step, you can almost hear the stone tiles underneath his boots crack as this monster of a human runs in his full-plated golden armor across the entire square. People look at this, like commoners and soldiers alike look at this with a raised eyebrow in wondering what the fuck is going on. You usually do not see the royal guards this, like, agitated or, on the move, so to speak.
Normal humans can't run in armor like that, right?
No, that's pretty normal. What is wrong with
You know,
Aramis?
speaking
Are
of,
we gonna go? Walk a bit
Yeah.
past? Yeah.
let's go. He looks at Kai for a long moment. Not that she can see his expression behind the sunglasses. And then he just reaches over and he just pulls her ear a little bit. And then he just goes, just a little payback. And then continues on.
I'm real.
He goes, darling, I never doubted it.
Yes, I'll take a brisk walking pace. I'm not running for anything,
Oh,
but I'll take a. Yeah, I'll
Neither
take,
is
like, a brisk
Aramis.
walk. Yeah. As fast as the injured one can walk with us is how fast Tabor will walk.
the guardsman look over his shoulder, noticing that none of you are following him in his pace. He just, he shuts and then he stops, tapping with his metal foot on the ground.
I like to think we have like a little gangster swagger.
Doom, 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 doom.
Oh, yeah, but with a Teletubbies gang.
Anyway.
Yeah, but we
after-
eventually catch up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's patiently. He looks very frustrated with you. Very frustrated. But he keeps his cool and guides you to the headquarters. The guardsmen at the headquarters, they say nothing. They don't even look at you. Mostly because they've seen the three of you quite a lot. But you have a golden mantle with you. So he takes you up to the headquarters. He just opens the door. He says nothing. He doesn't say what he used before, where he opens it and announces your arrival. He just opens the door and says, "She awaits you."
Tabor is gonna go, thanks. Keep an eye on that one. The one with the wing. Because I don't trust the winged one yet. This little one seems harmless, but the winged one, no. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna head up there.
Yeah, he looks at you, Karnax, and he tries to look intimidating, but he tells you, if you try anything funny, know
We'll laugh.
that not even the mother will show mercy on your soul. Now go in with you.
He certainly
Yeah.
has a personality.
I'll walk up to the main room that we've been in before.
And much like before, Dawnguard sits on a large chair with her back towards you, looking over the central square. Her window is quite large. It almost goes from bottom to the top. And you can pretty much see the entire square from here. She then stands up, and once again, she's only in her linen robes. Her armor hangs on the wall on her right side. She then looks at you, and she looks quite agitated. come in. Let's discuss this plan of ours.
Tabor will use his tail to shut the door with a bit of a flourish. Slam the
Who are
door.
these two? Are they friends of yours?
we, this one's wanted to see you, rather aggressive, and this one's been tagging along. Someone that we saved put her in touch with us, and she wants us to help her as well. But
Ma'am, my name is Kia.
I am Karana, and I wish to ask how you intend to purge this city.
She looks at you quite confused. Define purge.
The city has fallen. It is full of the undead. Are we doing this street by street, or are we burning it?
Not yet.
What my intentions are is to keep this city safe. Those who remain in the city and are still alive, my intent is to keep them safe for as long as possible. What the government outside, what our king decides to do, our council, I do not know. I haven't heard anything from the outside world ever since the meteor hit. But my intention is
Street it
to save
is then.
everyone. Sure. Now, Kia, you said?
Yes.
She actually says nothing. Instead, she sits down and she invites you to join her, pointing her hand towards the chairs in front of her large maple table. Please sit.
feeling nothing as different, like I did last time we was in this office. If Aramis goes to sit down on the padded chair that was the most comfy,
Oh yeah.
pulling it out.
Of
I'm
course.
pulling it out. I'm pulling it out from underneath him with the tail again.
I'm gonna roll something because he should expect this time.
Go for it.
Mm.
I'm not hiding.
No, but I
Uh,
also
Not
expected
trying
I
to
run interference.
I think I'll just roll a straight dex. Well, yeah, sure. Fine. You see him, like, try to preempt it, and his timing is just slightly off. And he just trips, and he just falls on his butt. And you just see him pause for a long moment. And then you just see him cross his legs, and he goes, "Fuck it. I'll talk from down here."
Tiefling.
And you see Tabor. He just slowly just does a little from behind his arm.
But this is the thing. Tabor doesn't realize or doesn't appreciate that this is a bad time for the joke. That's what's gone down here.
Tiefling, is there something I should know about the shares?
Yeah, you know, you should always pick a chair that's really close to him. And he points at Tabor. And you'll have a good time.
Why would I?
It's ceremonial to his culture, you know. It's disrespectful if you don't let him do it.
Okay. She grabs the closest chair, kicks it once, and then sits down on it very carefully.
Yeah, Tabor only did it to his actual that he deems currently his friends. So she can sit down perfectly fine, no tail swipes coming for this one.
And Aramis whispers to her, "You're not yet worthy."
One day he may insult you too.
So, Eliza Dawnbringer, with her thumb and her index finger, she like massages her forehead, and you can all quietly hear her say, "The fuck is wrong with them?"
I
It's
mean,
just Tabor. It's literally just
Karanax is
Tabor.
pretty much doing the same gesture at this point. Is this what
You
I've
just
got to
see
work with?
Whisper's just chuckling to himself in the corner.
So,
Tabor, straight faced, wasn't laughing at the joke. Completely straight faced, just looking straight in front. I was using his tail to pick out the chair. Like
Aramis
nothing.
has his cousin shit-eating grin.
Anyway, thank you for joining me on this. Thank you for accepting the invite. Like you've told me, tomorrow you are all supposed to trap me in East Town. I want Ryder. I want him behind bars. I want him to stand trial for what he's done to this city, to the people that he has betrayed, and to the people that he has scammed with his schemes. I have tried to get a hold of him for a very long time. And I believe that tomorrow that time has come. Erakil might be burning, but I'm going to make sure that I'll save everyone that I can, and that I'll make sure that this fire consumes the corruption. Can I count you all in on this?
Excuse me, ma'am. What do you intend to do about the Alchemists Guild?
The Alchemist Guild? What about it?
Yes,
The board did mention it in conversation last time. Before,
Oh, yeah, you
whilst
did.
we were traveling. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say it's not on the table right now. First, we deal with the rider. I've heard something with the Alchemist Guild perhaps being behind all of this. As I told you, or rather as I told these 3 gentlemen, there's a nobleman who happens to have a connection to this very guild. Now I want you to, once we've dealt with the rider, I want you to get to this nobleman, and I want you to bring him to me. Then we'll discuss what's going to happen to the guild. Then again, I believe the meteor hit the guild right on the spot. I don't think the guild exists anymore. Nothing but rubble and fire.
it has to exist.
I guess we'll see. But for now, let's focus on Ryder. I want him behind bars. Can I count you all in on this?
Tabor's gonna just sort of roll his eyes and goes, "We've already accepted to help you with this."
Sounds like fun.
I will even.
Is this the camp of miscreants I saw while retrieving the demonkin?
Perhaps it was. What did they look like?
The camp of miscreants. Bandits, bad people.
Oh, yeah. But perhaps, maybe. I don't know. It very well could be.
Well, the purge has to start somewhere.
I like the way you think.
Anyway. I'm gonna come with my suggestion on this. Now. You're all supposed to trick me. Tomorrow. You're supposed to guide me into a trap that Ryder has set up. Last time, I allowed lesser ranks to do what they wanted. We ended up losing almost half of the squad, ending up in a complete failure. I'm not gonna allow that to happen again. Of course, I would like your input, but at the end of the day, my word stands. Is that clear?
Tabor's gonna say, "I
Crystal.
have no." Yeah, I'm fine. Just tell us where you wanna.
Ma'am, I'm no failure.
I say his word stands.
I have readied up 15 very highly capable men. One of them is even a gold cloak. We are going to go with an ambush. I'm going to lead that charge. In the meantime, I want you to go to the garrison in East Town. I want you to go there, and I want you to scout out that area. Look for Whitmore, Commander Whitmore, my good friend. If you find Ryder there, make up a story that whatever, just buy time. If it's overrun by the undead, then clear it out and search every corner for Whitmore. Her security triumphs everything. Now, I am going to give you a reward for everything you've done for me. I owe you more than you can imagine. And know, if this mission is successful, I will give you more. And on the table, she plays. So actually, let's make this interesting. Can one of you roll a D4?
Boom. I've done a lot of the speaking. One of you roll.
Good, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. She places in her hand. She places a small jade carving on the table. This is your reward. It doesn't look like much, but small things have tremendous power sometimes.
What's it a carving of?
It looks to be a carving of a dragon. I'm going to share it with you.
Mm-hmm.
She then tells you the qualities of this item.
No.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's
It's an
very
all-day
cool.
sucker.
Oh yeah, there's one charge per long rest.
Wow.
So it's a healing potion.
Yeah.
That's
It's
really
a
cool.
a daily reusable healing potion.
That's very cool.
So
So-
is it once per day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just ask so the healing happens the round after?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So,
essentially,
can I-
if
I was just going to say, so if someone goes down the turn after they sucked it, do
Yeah.
they then it still work?
The beginning of their turn.
So yeah,
Yeah.
say I had my turn, sucked it, and then the creature on their turn hit me. My next turn, I get
Yeah.
back up as such with 2d4
Yeah.
plus 2.
yes,
Cool.
Just because I know it might happen. At the beginning of the turn, do you want the person to roll a death save before that happens, if they've gone down, or do you want this to occur before?
death saves happen. I think it says at the end of your turn.
No, at the beginning of your turn.
At the beginning of your turn.
Yeah, it's the first thing
This
that
will
happens.
overwrite that. Yeah,
Okay.
this will overwrite that.
Yeah.
So
okay.
essentially, you will still you will come back to consciousness, and you will have your turn.
Okay.
You will not. That turn will not be wasted.
A
So
little con save not to choke on the small thing.
Remember, this is an attunement item. Wait, okay, I never put that in, but it is attunement.
Okay. Okay, so one creature doesn't need their healing. Doesn't need
Like-
healing potions.
Is
And
it
who wants it?
is it attunement to the person who activates it, or the person who receives the healing?
There's
You have to
whenever
suck
a
on it.
creature.
Yeah. So essentially, when you're tuned to it, the item activates. Like then it starts to charge with the magical powers.
Okay.
And that's when it's like activated. So you can if Whisper attunes to it, he can still give it to Tobor, and Tobor can have it in his pocket and use it whenever he wants to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's flexible in that.
So-
It's very flexible in that way.
So this is out of character. This is as a person, as Curtis. Would it be best to give it to Tabor so that the owl can transport it to whoever needs it when they need it?
Ooh.
Oh. Shove it in someone's mouth.
Just
Yeah.
shove it in their
Even
hand.
I-
Do bear
I
in mind.
also have Find Familiar.
Oh yeah, you do now. That's actually a good point. So one of us, either one. I don't care. If
Do
you
bear
want
in
it.
Well, I assume my spider died with my near death, so I'd have to summon it.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh.
Do bear in mind though that you have to be conscious to suck on this.
Yeah.
You cannot just put it in the
Okay.
mouth and then.
Yeah, but I mean, I can send the owl in. Effectively, I could send the owl as a free action on my turn for me, and just go give that to whoever's at the front about to go down. As long as the initiative's in the right timing, they'll be able to get a suck before they go down.
Yeah, I think it's good for you to have it. So, as she's offering it out, Aramis is just gonna take it. He's gonna look on the surface, and he's gonna toss it to Tabor and go, "It looks like you." It's a picture of a dragon on it, isn't it? So, yeah, he's gonna toss it to him and go, "Looks like you." Probably your kind of jam, you know, scaly, dragony.
Tabor's just gonna say blessing from the old ones.
Yeah, mumbo jumbo.
Now, gentlemen, friends, before we nail Ryder, allow me to host you on a great feast. And this is where I'm going to call a break. Empty your bladders, refill your drinks, and all that good stuff. And also, I will give all of you inspiration.
Yay!
You've done an amazing job role-playing. Let's get back into the game.
Go.
Dawnbringer invites you all to a great feast. Do you all attend it?
Heck
Sure.
yeah, Tabor's gonna attend it. Free food.
If the rest of the party does, yes.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, long story short, she invites you to her personal apartment, which three of you have been at before. It has been redecorated. It now looks almost like a nobleman's room, except it is much smaller in size. There is a piano with someone playing it. There is also what looks to be a golden chandelier hanging from the roof, with each of the candles lit. She sits at one end of the very long table. It seems to be... there's at least enough plates around here for 16 people. When people gather, you notice that most of them are just gold cloaks. But you also see the 5 soldiers that was with her during the first assault that failed in a catastrophe. Is there anything you want to do during this feast?
I want to sit next to the guy that was an arse to me that then apologized.
Okay. Do you want to do anything to him? Do you want to talk to him, or?
No, I'm just gonna sit next to him. Literally, it's the bridge. Basically, Tabor's gonna look at it as there was a barrier. The barrier's broken. He said his piece. He can Tabor can kind of trust him now because he said his piece. Like that actually coming out and being forefront with not liking it was a good step. So
When Tabor sits down on one side of him, I sit down on the other side of him.
What's the women's situation here at this feast, GM?
So, well, to begin with, you have Lady Dawnbringer, which is dressed in a purple, almost like a military outfit. She almost looks manly, like a man in this. It's a purple, and it has all of these like medals attached to it. So she sits at one end of the table. And there are 4 other females around this table. One of them is an Arkokra, and the others are humans. They're all pretty standard in their looks, like average.
There's also Key
Well,
sitting at the end of
he's
the
not
table.
sure on that one, but he'll saddle up to one of the humans, and all the party can hear from one end of the table is, you know, have you ever heard of the Colonel? Now that's some stories.
She looks at you, about to go berserk on a stake in front of her. She looks at you. The Colonel? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the Colonel.
He takes off his sunglasses and goes, well, first let me explain how I got these scars. And he's gonna spend the feast laying it on. Screw sitting next to these weirdos.
Roll a roll a
Roll
roll
to
a
seduce.
charisma check. I'll give you advantage.
Roll charisma.
Yeah,
Sure.
with advantage.
Technically, seduction.
Wow! You know what?
Technically,
I'm gonna
seduction
use.
comes under deception.
I'm going to use my. I'm gonna waste my inspiration to re-roll this.
All right, go ahead.
Honestly, seduction
There we
comes under
go.
deception.
So,
Why should it be deception? What, seduction
Deception.
comes under deception?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's weird.
well,
It wouldn't have made a
this
difference.
is
I don't
not
think, actually.
this is not a seduction. It's just how well she's able to essentially form a bond and talk about the stories. So, you seem to have hooked her quite a bit. She's very intrigued about this Colonel character. She's also very intrigued because I think you mentioned Oracle.
Yeah, this you probably would have mentioned. Well, my heroic cousin. His name was Oracle. Great guy. She continues on to the story.
So yeah, you actually managed to intrigue her quite a lot. All right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
The boar's going to try and watch people using cutlery and attempt to use cutlery.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Not
Yeah,
my
I
worst
mean,
feature.
no, you managed to do it quite finely. You do have a lot of eyes. Some of them are quite like almost like typical noblemen. They're like on high horses as they look down on you, almost raising their noses in the air as they almost puffs at you. They don't really like. You see that they really want to do that, and some of them are on the brink of like doing it, but they realize that they have to be respectful.
Even if they did, Tabor would not notice that subtle sort of gestures. It'd just be, yeah, humans eating. Yeah, fine. I'm just trying to be as understanding that I am the odd one out in the room. Maybe slight interest in the bird, seeing how like the Aarakocra acts in this situation, being another animalistic species. But yeah, I'm sure that basically Tabor's going to spend the night trying to fit in and, well, very securely not bring out his finger bag.
So, there is one thing. Everyone is just having a good time around the table. There's music being played in the background, and some have even gotten a bit drunk, singing some drunken songs as they cheer around. However, Eliza is not really like she's enjoying the moment, but she's not really cheerful. It's clear that she has other things on her mind. And as she crosses her fingers, she starts a conversation with a gold cloak on her right side. She seems, well, if you want to attempt to hear what she has to say, or if you just want to enjoy the moment, if you want to attempt to hear, roll up perception.
Yeah, I'll roll a perception.
Is everyone rolling it or just him?
Only if you're interested. If you're, yeah.
I'm
If
too
you're not-
busy flirting.
It is quite a high DC. So, let's see. Kia and Tobor, you are the only ones who managed to catch the topic of what they're discussing. They do not notice that you're listening. Maybe they don't even care, but they're talking about the city. They're talking about what to do next after they have cleansed it of Ryder and his gang. How are they supposed to survive against the army that is stationed outside the city walls? You even hear Dawnbringer mention something that is very unfamiliar to both of you. She mentions something called a mana bomb. None of you know what that is, but she mentions mana bomb. Because it is very cheery, there's loud music being played. Unfortunately, that is all you can hear. But the gold cloak and Dawnbringer looks to be very serious as they're discussing the matter.
Tabor will actually approach them after the main conversation's done.
Mm-hmm.
Tabor's going to approach them, and just basically ask, like, why? How comes you're not enjoying the atmosphere? I thought this was a party, a celebration. Trying to understand why there's people in the party not enjoying it when he's trying to actually be more humanistic in this situation.
The gold cloak, he clears his throat. Then he grabs a mug of beer and starts to drink it. Dawnbringer, she grabs a hold of her chair and scoops it back a bit, and then turns around to face you, sitting down. She with her right leg, she puts it on her left leg, and she looks at you with her fingers crossed. I wish I could enjoy this moment, Tobor, but I simply can't. Not to the full extent, anyway. Tomorrow, I will finally bring him down. After years of trying. Tomorrow, his schemes will finally backfire. But what if they don't? What if you don't catch him? What if he manages to kill more of you? What if he manages to kill me?
If he manages to kill you, he should kill all of us.
Hey, don't invite me into that.
You're not actually in the conversation. This is just I've gone over to the side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking to the side. I thought it was a bit more out loud.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No. It's in amongst the party, so I'd imagine it's kind of just a personal conversation anyway.
Yeah. But she looks at you and she says, that is why I cannot enjoy this to the full extent that I wish I could. The beer, the wine, it doesn't taste good to me. Usually it does, but it doesn't taste good. That finely cut up steak, it tastes like ash. I'm sorry, but I cannot enjoy things anymore. Not when my mind is filled with these thoughts.
Tabor's just gonna say, well, I know how you feel. I had to escape the swamp that I was raised, and I don't even know if my mother is still alive. So I understand how you feel, but it's best that when there is rest, that you take advantage of it and have as much of a good time as you can. And then we'll go back to his seat and sort of just sit there. And Tabor's drinking, nowhere near enough to get drunk, but he's drinking the alcohol and he's just going to have another drink.
Roll a persuasion.
I'm so good at them.
Yeah. She clearly listened to you. However, your words simply doesn't seem to have reached her.
Yeah, that's fine.
She doesn't gain a smile or anything. She just nods. And then, she grabs her utensils and very slowly starts to cut a piece of the steak. Blood pouring out from it as she does so. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Gather as much of the leftovers as possible and keep them to make meals as we go along through the thing.
Doggy bag.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to pick up some additional caltrops and ball bearings.
Okay, yeah.
I would like to wait until the end of the feast and try to catch her, Dawnbringer. Like when she's like moving off, walking away or something. Like on one-on-one, basically.
Okay. So the thing is, she's always going to be together with her gold cloak. At least when they are in public.
Oh yeah, the one who she spoke to before.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. So anyway, like them two, like try to catch them in a situation. Then.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll manage to do that. At one point, she stands up along with the gold cloak, and she seems to be making her. This is like during, perhaps like half an hour after the discussion she had with the mana bomb.
Mm-hmm.
She stands up together with the gold cloak, and she pushes her chair in, making sure that it's not an obstacle for anyone.
Mm.
And she starts to make her way out, and that's where you can stumble in.
Basically, Kia gets up from the table, basically just hurries after. It doesn't make any attempt to like do it silently, just does it. And basically goes, when she gets in close, "Ma'am, what's a mana bomb?"
The gold cloak looks at you. She doesn't. She keeps her head, like her stare away from you. The gold cloak puts her hand, like his hand is massive. He puts it on your shoulder and says, "Do not worry about whatever that is. Enjoy the feast."
It
She doesn't
sounds
say
like
anything.
sounds like something that might come out of drift.
You catch her attention.
Hmm.
Is that why you look that way, Kia?
Why else? Is there any other place that makes you look like this?
Well, I did not want to be rude. But do not mind. I do not. Obviously, she knows. But I do not know where you've heard of this mana bomb. Do not worry about it. Instead, like my good friend here said, enjoy the feast. And make sure that you're ready for tomorrow.
All right, ma'am. And she hurries back.
Yep. And he and she, together with him, leaves for perhaps 10 minutes. Then they come back and take their seat once more. Is there anything else?
I think at some point Tabor would have gone and listened to Aramis talking his stories, and would occasionally just chuckle, knowing, like anytime it was mentioned about Oracle, would sort of just chuckle to himself and take a drink. Sort of semi-drinking game, but not in the attempt to get drunk, as a sort of respect thing of every time he came up in conversation. Either of them, to be fair, or Crunk.
Is anyone here a heavy drinker?
Water
Like
only.
characters?
Drink
I mean,
spoils my aim.
It fully depends how many times he talked about Oracle and Crunk.
Maria? Oh yeah, she's busy.
Yeah,
how
I
many
am.
times? You're busy?
No, I'm here.
How many times do Aramis bring up Crunk and Oracle?
In the conversation?
In your stories.
A fair bit, probably. He's probably describing in a rather dramatic way how they fought their way through the hordes and how they survived no matter what.
Until they didn't.
They were family.
Okay, so Tobor, roll me a con save.
Oh, I did.
Hey!
Not affected. Not affected at all. So, unless, of course, there is something anyone wants to do.
No, Karenak will just turn up as a formality. He was invited, so he'll come. Sit down, eat. As soon as she leaves, he'll leave.
Yeah. Were you serious when you said that you wanted to gather up the remaining of all the remains of the food?
Any scrap food, yeah. Tabor wants it for like ingredients for when he cooks chef stuff.
Yeah.
Basically,
okay.
so that he's not feeding the group human.
Yeah. Okay. So, you managed to get some mashed potatoes, about 5 rations worth of mashed potatoes. You get some. Actually, the wine. They're not gonna give you the wine because it's quite a high quality.
Yeah, no, wine's fine. I just want the food. It's just the food, preservatives, some
You
veg
get-
maybe or something.
You get 5 rations worth of half-eaten steaks. You also get some bread. Some bread that has cheese on it, that like melted cheese on top of it. The egg. So yeah, that's worth around 3 rations. The bread.
Is there a tomato base on that bread by any chance?
No, it is just a boring slice of bread with melted cheese on top of it.
Wait until we find some tomatoes. Tabor is going to make the first pizza ever.
Ah!
You'll
All
call it
right.
the finger.
All right, so with the feast over, and you managed to find ball bearings. I'll say they cost a silver each. The ball bearings and the not one ball bearing, but a bag of ball bearings and calcium.
Yep.
One ball bearing? A single ball bearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, each bag is costs you 1 silver each.
Got it.
The sun rises, and the city is lit up. What do you do?
Tabor's just going to be looking for Dawnbringer. He's got a job today, which is to go to this place. He's just going to... Under the illusion, either as Tabor, I'm not really sure as the player, was we under the illusion we were meant to go and see her in the morning, or was we under the illusion we'd meet her at the gate or something? Or I'm guessing we'd know a rough plan for the morning.
Yeah. No, she would meet you in the morning. But I'll tell you. So, during the morning, you would meet her at the HQ, where she would go into more detail about the area and plans and such.
Cool. So on the way there, I'd stop at my draconic friend, my dragonborn friend,
Okay.
and basically try and get some more materials. With my last 10 gold, try and get some materials for another owl if needs be.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I'll ask GM. If in some way Aramis was successful in ending up in someone else's tent after the end of that night, just so I can clarify his position at this current moment.
Uh-huh.
Did he?
Oh, you mean okay? Yeah. I mean, roll a charisma.
D&D pimp.
Roll a get lucky check.
Okay, so you know the girl, the woman
Yep.
that managed to tell so many good stories. Yeah. Sure,
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
So no one saw Aramis for the rest of the night. And
Wonder-
probably as his preparations, you see him just getting out of a tent, adjusting himself. There's a little stretch, and he's like, I'm ready for action.
You'll probably come out of that tent and see us at the Dragonborn, I'd imagine, to trading.
Kia will, however, look towards you and just say, "Are you sure that she was clean?"
Aramis again looks over his sunglasses and goes, I don't even... What do you mean, clean?
No, the correct answer is no, she was definitely dirty.
Look
You're
at the
gonna answer
paladin.
what she means by clean?
Well, I guess you didn't then.
Aramis will just shrug and go, listen, in apocalypse times, you can't be picky.
You can be a little picky.
We'll see in a couple of days.
Anyway, he just clears his throat and goes, let's get on with it.
I'm guessing there might be some dirt and that on the clothes from rolling around in someone else's tent. So Tabor would reach out with the tail and cast prestidigitation to clean up Aramis's clothes.
You see Aramis just like actually give Tabor a smile of appreciation and go, you know what, I had you pegged wrong.
Yeah, you should really get to know people before you judge them. And just go towards the headquarters.
Gives a shrug.
All right.
And follows.
As you make it towards the headquarters, you see 15 soldiers along with Dawnbringer. They're all fully armed. 5 of them are archers, clad in leather armor, hoods up. There's also the tabaxi there, who introduced himself as Piff. He seems to be perhaps the medic, and he stands there at attention with his chin up. Dawnbringer, as she sees you, waves at you. She is clad in her full suited armor with the red tabard with the city crest in the middle of it. And she welcomes you and tells you, I hope you had a good night of rest.
Always.
Good. I must admit, I'm quite nervous to what will happen. I'm also afraid that we're already too late to save Whitmore. But if that is the case, that gives me even more reason to catch this rider. Now, these are my plans. Of course, you may intervene and add your own opinion to this. However, in the middle of Easttown lies a garrison. It is also a small prison. But that is where Whitmore was stationed, along with 20 men. I do not know what has happened there. But Ryder expects either you or me, or both of us there at the same time. I do not know what he has planned, but I would like it if you went there alone. Investigate the area. If there's any undead in there, clean them up. That wouldn't be his trap. That's too obvious. But get there, clean it up, and search for Whitmore. She then gives you a description of Whitmore. She describes Whitmore as a tall, slender lady. She's always carrying around her longbow, which is engraved with elvish symbols. The Whitmore is a human, though, and she has long brown hair and blue eyes. She has very cute features, a very pointy jaw, and small feet. That is how she describes Whitmore. If you find her there, get back to me. We will be perhaps 15 minutes away from the garrison. I will send out my scouts to scout the nearby area to look for their if they have scouts stationed out. Once you're back, we will talk about what to do next. If the garrison is stationed with his men, come back to me and we'll storm it together. How does that sound to everyone?
Boar's gonna pipe up, click the owl into existence, and yes, I know this is risky, but to click the owl into existence and say to her, if you ever see him, if you ever see Wakafa, well, then you need to rush in immediately, because we need help.
She looks at you. Who?
And points at the owl. It basically,
Oh, okay. I get
Wakafa
you.
Faust
Okay,
is
I
what
get
he
you.
calls an owl, or his owl.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Does anyone have any objections or their own input?
If
No.
we encounter this rider, you want him alive?
Yes.
Okay.
And if he gives us no choice in the matter?
If it's impossible, then dead. But I want him to face justice. And death is too kind.
The boar's going to turn to the party, I'm guessing, so that everyone else can hear, and goes, even if we do kill him, he's not gone. I can bring him. I can keep him alive.
Good. Now,
Just as a player, though, do I remember what the woman that we're looking for, what her daughter's name was?
Witty.
yeah, what was her name? Damn it. Damn it, I've actually forgotten it.
You didn't put it in. You didn't give her an NPC.
No! Wait, I did. Or so I thought I did. Damn it. I thought I...
Someone wants to go back through the archives.
Well, I'm gonna call her Angela? Damn it, that's true. I should have written it. I probably have it written down somewhere. I can... Well, yeah. It tells you the daughter's name anyway.
And was it her? Was it the daughter's name that gave me that lucky charm thing that I've got?
Oh, yes. Yes, it was.
Cool. I just want it so that Tabor can, if we do find her, I'm basically as a player trying to remember so that I can use it as a look, you can trust us situation.
Oh, yeah.
Is why I'm just trying to remember it.
Yeah. All right. So she tells you that there are two possible entrances to this garrison. There's the southern entrance. There's a possibility that perhaps some of these entrances are boarded up because of obvious reasons. But there's a southern and an eastern entrance. Western entrance, even. The western entrance leads to where essentially the commoners would go to perhaps visit a prisoner or something. The southern entrance is that for the soldiers and guardsmen, where they go to have a break or to the kitchen, etc. Of course, she does not know which way is the best.
I just want confirmation as well of where she's going to be set up, because obviously she wants us to fall back once we've cleared it of undead.
Yeah,
but
she is like she told you, she's going to be about 15 minutes away from the outpost. This is because Ryder, she knows Ryder, and that he is probably going to have a lot of scouts around the area, and it's essentially just to eliminate the risk of you guys being spotted with her.
Yeah, no, I just want to know for where I send the owl to if we need help. So I just want to be able to.
Yeah, you guys will walk together with her to a specific area. Yeah,
that's fine then.
Yeah.
Fine,
She once again asks if you have any input or opinions.
Andy, if you're talking, you're muted.
I was trying to mute dog earlier. We're here to support the initiative. You decide. As long as he agrees.
And then you all start to make your way towards East Town. Now let's see. We're at the safe haven. So she takes you through the streets. She avoids the crater where the meteor fell. Like I said before, there's still this mist of green smoke, almost like a mushroom cloud that is going into the atmosphere above, emitting from that crater. The soldiers, they look at it and they say that, that's probably the source of all of this. And then they continue on. They take you here on the map. Then they tell you to go to East Town, around the central square. It is the biggest square in the entire city. And in the middle of it lies the garrison. How do you proceed?
As I have done previously, owl up in the air, me sort of just following, and the owl's scouting for any movement that isn't us.
Okay.
If there's an obstruction to hide behind or a shadow to fall into, that's where I am.
You see Kia open up her bag and pulls out what appears to be a large spike on some sort of clamp, which she attaches to her stump, giving her like a rapier at the end of her arm.
So, yeah, there are a couple. Like it's like a large park more than a square. You can all see the garrison building from where you are if you were to go towards it.
Mm-hmm.
You can all see the garrison. There's two very badly made up watchtowers on each of the entrances. At the end, at the very top of these towers, hangs a white flag that seems to be made out of some very sloppy, like it's a sloppy made flag, a white sloppy flag that waves in the air.
They surrendered.
With the owl. Sorry, what?
They surrendered.
With the owl. Let's see. You can see very clearly that in the southern entrance there is a large ogre that is obviously a zombie. He's missing his right arm, and it is only attached to a bit of his skin as he drags it across the ground. There's also what looks to be two normal zombies as well in that area. To the southern entrance, you see a dog. I mean, western entrance.
I was going to say.
Yeah, the western entrance, you see a dog that sniffs the surrounding area and seems to be scratching at one of the windows. All of the windows, as far as you can see, are boarded up tightly, and the doors are shut.
Tabor will relay this through mind link to Whisper as normal practice while I'm in the owl's sight.
Relay it across.
And remind Whisper that we was asked to clear all the undead, so we should probably take out this dog before it becomes a threat and then worry about that ogre thing.
The
All right.
western entrance does seem like a much better idea.
What was that? Sorry.
The western entrance does seem like a much better idea.
Yeah. I mean, as a character, I can't hear because I'm in the owl. But I just wanted to know for player ones.
I relay that to Stumpy over here.
To be fair, once that sort of initial description of the area is in, I'm gonna command the owl to return to me if anything changes, like any extra threats appear. I'm gonna come back into Tabor's body and basically be like, right, we should take out the dog as quick and efficiently as possible, then kill the ogre and the zombies, and then get inside. But by the looks of it, the undead are on the outside, so we clear that, and then it should be fine.
The undead what? You broke up then.
I said that the undead seems to be on the outside because it's still all boarded up. So once we've cleared the ogre, 2 zombies, and the dog on the outside, we can get inside and deal with whatever's in there afterwards.
Yeah. The archers can deal with the dog.
It's only us because they stayed 15 minutes
Oh,
back.
we're the only. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I can hit from range.
Are you sure there aren't any hidden anywhere?
Let's go find out.
Tabor's going to look over, and is it quite open, this field, like the park as such, with the garrison in the middle?
Yeah. The park is very open. There's a lot of trees and like statues of different kinds of people scattered about with nameplates on them and such. It's not the only building in the park, but it is the largest building by far. Yes.
We can use the trees and statues as cover.
And Tabor's going to go and say this out loud to the elf, the robot elf, and to Karanak. Then I can see from bird's eye view anyway, and you see as he'll blink his eyes, and as his eyes open, there'll be the cleared over fog, just like a fog ball, and his eyes will be back up in the owl again.
All right. Let's see. So which way do you go from? The western?
I think we're gonna, player-wise, I think attack from the west, kill the dog that's on its own, then head round, kill the other threat.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
I'll be sneaking.
Let's see. All right. So let me pull you. Let me just make sure that everything's fine. All right. Unfortunately, the the walls are not that large. Bear with me with that. But anyway, as you look on the western side of the building, you get a clear view inside of it. There are palisades that have been put up, and there are corpses that has been spiked upon of these. A lot of corpses. There's also blood on the walls, on the floor. Most of them seem to have been dragged away for some reason.
Dragged out or dragged in?
Dragged out.
Okay.
So with the bird, can I see anyone that matches the description of the person we're looking for on these spikes?
No, none at all. Most of them are commoners and seem to be they seem to have been zombies. They have these claw marks, bite marks, etc. Some of them are, however, standard city guards that seem to have been. Well, you can make if you want to approach them and try to investigate them. You may do so with a medicine check.
No, because that's gonna alert the presence of the dog, and I'm trying to stay back as much as possible until we're at the point ready to actually physically attack.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
it would just be the owl from where it can see, and then when we're getting closer, I'll come back into my own vision so I can get more control of my own bodily movements and try and be quiet.
In communication with Tobor, which direction was the dog?
It was literally at the I'm assuming it was literally at the door that we're looking at going in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. How much can you see?
Right now,
Okay, good.
not a lot.
No, it's the never mind. Never mind. Everything's good. Yeah, it was inside of these because like I said, there are palisades here, like wooden palisades
Mhm.
that have been put up, and they are about 40 feet tall. They're quite tall. Um, Also, when you stare in here, like I said before, there are corpses. They are well, there are no corpses on the ground here. They are blood marks as something have dragged them out from here. But in this area is where you saw the dog with a bird's eye view.
Before we, I mean, what I've got a slither on the left-hand side and can't see much else. Yeah, there we go. I've only just had the emblems come up, tokens come up. I'm gonna do one more flyby with the owl, just over the wall, just before we go in, just to see if there's any other movement, and then I'm just gonna head towards where the dog was.
Did you not leave the owl by? Oh no, you didn't.
No,
Or
I
did you?
brought the owl with me because I was gonna command the owl to go back to them if we needed
Ah.
the assistance. That was the plan. It was like, if they see this owl, you come running. Like,
Yeah. So, yeah, you see the dog. It is sniffing on like on a there's like a slice of leg laying there, and it seems to be sniffing it. It is currently inside of the like inside of that area and to the south.
but there's no other movement, just that dog.
You can roll a perception check if you wanna try to see um, if
Yeah,
there's anything
officially,
hiding.
that'd be through the owl.
While this is going on, can you update my token?
Oh
Like the
yeah.
actual image.
I'm not sure how I would do that though.
It requires some.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna have to do that after the session, unfortunately.
That's fine.
I have rolled it, DM.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Jesus.
yeah,
I'm
that's
rolling
really good.
quite well today.
You do see some sneaky movement actually. There is, like I said before, there's a guard tower, right north inside of this area. There's a guard tower. You see two cats in that guard tower.
Same cats that I've seen chewing
Yeah,
on.
they are very dead. Like as
I-
in very undead.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically turn to Aramis and go, looks like you're gonna get your revenge, and explain exact every bit of movement up Tabor would have seen with that perception is going to explain it to the party.
Okay.
So you've got two cats.
You can't see the twinkle in Aramis's eye, but I swear it's there as he's already pulling the rapier out of his belt. And he puts his glass down a little bit and looks at Kier and goes, meow. Before he continues, just
Tabor's going to look at our winged guy and go, so these cats can do some serious harm. And you're such a tough guy, so why don't you go first?
Right, where are these cats up here?
Yeah.
Where's the
And
dog?
the dog's to the south. So
So-
south of the entrance is the dog, north of the entrance is the cat.
There's a giant ballista. That's... Oh, that's it.
All right, roll initiative. As you walk with your armor, you clearly catch the attention of the dog. He has the leg in his maw as he snarls and drops the leg. It is going to attack you.
Roll
Mate,
37.
can I get my owl token, please?
Yes.
I need to zoom in a bit.
I put it right next to you.
Yeah, I mean the owl would probably, because it just saw all of this, and then it would have just been heading back, so it'd probably be just about there,
Yeah.
just in front.
All right. So, the first combat of the session.
New characters, come back, go, go, go.
Whisper, you get to act first. You hear the dog snarl behind the palisade.
All right. But I can see the cat. So
I am going to say that you can't. They are currently about 20 feet up in the air,
oh,
and they are
oh,
behind cover. So I just show them because you know they're there, but you cannot see them.
okay. In that case, I'll move up by Karnax, and I see dog, and I'll throw my blades.
Yep.
Well, fuck.
Oh no! Psychic blade.
Uh,
They count as magic, don't they?
Yeah, they are.
So roll a magic on the magic table.
I don't see that.
Humble short spell attack.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find where the table is.
It should be.
And if you're clicked on, you've got to be clicked on your token for it to come up.
Okay, I see it. Okay.
Your target's allies within 30 feet. Gain up. So that, yeah. The dog gains a inspiration die. It feels inspired. Okay.
Well, I'm
How nice.
technically a dog. They shouldn't get it based on wording.
The wording says it's allies. It's not an ally
Oh,
to
it's
itself.
true. That's true. The target's
And
allies.
he takes 5. He doesn't get the sneak.
Yeah. Yeah. So it whines as a dog pierces its abdomen. No blood pouring out from this pup. But it takes 5 psychic.
Alright. And then I move back a tiny bit.
Alright. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. The dog, with a leap, runs up, and it's actually going to attack you, Whisper. And it is going to attempt to bite you. It rolls a 12. I believe that is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Kia.
We sure it's only this and 2 cats?
As far as I saw.
No.
Well, she's just gonna run forward and try to impale it with her arm. Failing.
I do believe so, yes. You attempt to strike at it. It manages to jump in, avoiding it.
Yeah. And that is all she does.
Alright. Aramis.
Okay, it's been a while, but this is like fenced, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I'll move here and slap the dog from behind.
Alright.
So
You do have
I
your
don't
sneak?
have. Yep.
Yeah. That is a casual 20 damage. You manage to pierce the cranium of the dog. It whines and it almost falls down. However, its legs shake desperately as it still stands. Barely, however.
And then I'm gonna bonus action just disengage. Not in the direction of the feral cats.
Yep. Tobor.
I can't quite.
I just
can't
need
get
to
that.
mention, GM, that was a booming blade hit, so if the dog moves, it will take lightning damage.
Yeah, sure.
The owl is going to cast my shocking grasp for me, and it's going
Okay.
to shocking grasp the dog, and help action, and then come back and sit basically on my shoulder. So,
Can it do both?
yep, because. Sorry, put a chocolate in my mouth at exactly the wrong time.
Yes.
The shocking grasp takes the reaction of my familiar, and the help is a normal action, so it can do the action, and its reaction is taken up by my spell. So I can share the spell text with you if you wish.
Okay. No, I believe you. I believe you.
No, I'll just put it in there.
Don't
But
worry.
yeah, effectively, you don't want to read that essay. So
Exactly.
for me to cast a spell through it of touch, it uses its reaction, and then obviously, so it will use its reaction to cast my shocking grasp, and it will,
Use its action
which is,
too.
and its
Yeah.
action to do a help. So that'd be,
Alright.
oh, I rolled good on the damage.
Yeah, and it's actually enough to electrocute the dog to the point where it whines and then just falls down, and it's dead.
And with that, I'd go. Now, time for the cats. And that's my turn. I'm not moving. I'm staying exactly where I am for now.
All right. You see a cat. It jumps to the palisades, and with great agility, it manages to climb across this palisade. Let me see how much movement I gave these. All right, so it's gonna have to dash. So it's gonna stand on top of the palisade. Remember, the palisade is 40 feet up. Karnax. Karnax?
Karanath.
I will look up, and he reaches out towards the nearest shadow and pulls this kind of misty looking like spear out of it and throws it up at the cat, which is what I'm going to call my Eldritch Blast.
15 is enough. You strike. Wait, that was shocking grasp. 18.
That was still
is
mine.
enough. Yeah, sorry. You shoot the cat. It almost falls down from the palisade. It's still alive, but barely.
Yep.
All right. This cat is.
Oh, bollock. I'm an idiot. Carry on.
This cat is gonna have to jump down here, and it's gonna dash here. Whisper.
Right. Like all cats, die. Whoa!
Yeah. You delete that cat. It just shrieks as you just. Yeah.
And-
you throw your bullets at it. It just falls down.
And I throw my remaining one at the top one.
Yeah. And it is enough to finish it off.
Karnax just turns around to Whisper and goes, gives you a nod.
That wasn't so hard. Let's go.
Yes, let's. And he makes sure to walk over to one of the cat bodies and give it a good kick.
So Boar's going to remind everyone that we still got an ogre at the other entrance to go and kill.
Well, let's go and do it then. Then we wander over to the next entrance, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me grab a hold of for you all. So you walk over here. Blop, blop, blop.
Take the cat and dog corpse with us.
Just delete those. There we go.
I didn't realise it was all on one battle map.
All right. So in front of you, you have the southern entrance.
Alright, I'm gonna sneak up.
All right. If you wanna get a peek or something, you can roll me a stealth.
I will also sneak. Stuff.
And through the mind link, I tell Tilbor that there's more than just the ogre in here. There's 2 other things.
I did. I mean, when I transcribed what I saw, I did say there was 2 normal zombies and the ogre.
Alright, I don't think they're
Is what I
normal.
saw. No, but from bird's eye view, they look like normal.
So, I'll give a description. So first you see this massive ogre that drags its massive arm behind it, only attached to a sliver of skin. Then there is a teared up zombie. It's a miracle that it's even standing. Then there's another zombie. Its cheeks are missing any flesh. All you can see are its teeth as it stand hunched over.
I'm assuming they haven't seen us yet, so I'm going to steady aim on this guy.
All right, roll initiative. You gain surprise.
I don't think mine took. Son of a bitch.
All right, has everyone rolled?
Yeah.
All right. So, Aramis, you get to act first.
Step out here so I can see properly.
Mm-hmm.
Can I reach him? I think I can. Just. So I'm gonna walk over to him, and I'm gonna attack him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I get sneak attack.
You do.
Hey, you're a
I
swashbuckler.
do.
Yeah.
You're slushy.
Wow.
I mean,
You got to hit him first, though.
Yeah.
Let's
And
see.
then
Hear whispers
I,
say, impressive.
A 9 is a hit.
Oh, it's a hit?
Yeah. I mean,
And
you're
then-
not gonna see this lump of flesh dodging anything.
And then I'm
So, yeah.
gonna skedaddle back to this
Yeah.
corner.
Remind me, everyone. Surprised creatures don't have reactions, right?
Even if they
You won't
did,
be able to hit me
Swashbuckler-
anyway.
No,
They don't have reactions.
I don't think you have any actions at that point.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
you'd
right.
have a reaction. Because it is a reaction to an actual thing, isn't it?
I don't remember honestly.
They just have no
Any
action, no
character or
move.
monster that doesn't notice a threat is surprised at the start of the turn. You can't take a reaction until that turn ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I just wanted to be sure. Yes. Anything else, Aramis?
That's my turn. It's a
Alright.
booming blade though, so when he moves, lightning damage.
Yes. This thing is surprised. Kia.
She's just gonna call out to the group. Have you fought any of these ogres before? Do you know if they're dangerous?
Tabor's going to chuckle and say everything's dangerous.
get a look. Like, is an ogre dangerous? What?
She's gonna move there. She's gonna detach her her rapier attachment and pull out a metal longbow attachment to her arm, and instead shoot it with that.
Let's see. 19 is a hit.
Yeah.
The arrow flies and it pierces its arm. It doesn't react at all. Almost as if you didn't even hit it.
Okay. And that's the end of her
Is that
turn.
everything? Alright. This thing is surprised. Whisper.
Alright, steady aim on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do one more. I didn't get it. Alright. So that is 15 on this one.
Yeah. Let's see. Both of them are hits.
No, you don't understand. The second one was because I have elven accuracy.
Oh, okay. I see.
I can't do anything else.
15?
I can't move.
Do you get sneak? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you did steady aim. Right. Yes.
So 20 on the big guy,
Yeah.
and I'm done.
All right. Tobor.
Tabor will step behind Whisper. 35. I just need to remind myself what the owl's speed is. 60. So the owl is going to fly in. Is going to shocking grasp. Oh, hang on, still on the ruler. Fly in. Help and shocking grasp as per norm. And then fly back to me. So.
Alright.
Tabor. Shocking grasp.
12 is a hit. You shock the big thing. It doesn't look affected. I mean, it is affected, but you know.
And it's going to
Anything
fly.
else?
It's just it. Literally, the owl will be just in front of Whisper.
All right. Karnax. Where is Karnax? Oh, okay, there.
It merged.
They have become one.
Right. As he's walking towards him, he'll trace a shadowy sigil in the air, flicks towards him, and hexes him. And then.
You've also got advantage on your first attack
Ooh,
from the help action.
my only.
Let's see. What does the hex do?
D6 extra damage when.
Oh, okay.
Product damage. Standard
Mark.
hex.
Okay.
Oh, and you know there's a smite going on that.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Our
So-
partnership is already working.
And it's undead, right?
Excuse me while I just
Yeah.
write this. 6d8.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. And then there's
Plus 8.
2d6 from the hex as well.
Oh. Okay, what's the total damage? So that's 30.
46.
Plus 46. Yeah, you take your longsword and you cleave it almost in two. As it reaches the spine of the ogre, the sword stops. And as you pull it back, it is barely standing. There's now 2 lumps of meat. Barely alive. It has 1 HP. 47 hit points.
Fucking paladins, man.
Paladins with the help of a wizard, with the help
Yeah.
action, that advantage. Ah!
Alright. Anything else, Karnax?
No, that was everything.
Yeah? Fucking hell. What the hell?
Yeah, that'll do.
This thing is surprised. Aramis.
Okay. I'm going to. Do I even bother finishing that off? I could bonus action. Yeah. Screw it, I'll finish it off. Imagine I miss. Probably will. Nope.
No. It is enough. With your rapier, you pierce its eye socket, and then its brain, and then the very stem of the spine. It falls down on its knees, the very ground is shaking on impact, and then it falls down, dead.
And he's gonna move there. with his
Actually-
disengage. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
It might actually be dead. Let's see, how much damage did you do? 14?
Didn't he take radiant damage during the turn? Or does that matter in this case?
I think
I
that
mean,
might just be vampire.
There might be. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna double
No,
check.
it doesn't matter. It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
It's only if it's the damage that kills it is radiant, isn't it, normally?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you kill it. It's dead.
Thud.
And then I move into my corner over here.
Yeah, there's a door here. I don't know if you can see it.
I can kind of see it. Yep.
Yeah. All right. You see how this thing, it hunches over a bit, and it seems to be almost gagging, and it's going to take a few steps over here. Like it's running away almost. Kia.
We'll step forward, look through the situation. Does these things have cover?
From where you're currently standing, yes, there's a massive statue over there.
So 10 more. Well, let's move here and shoot at the normal zombie.
Yeah, it does still have a cover.
Does that matter?
No.
Aha, it's our turn this time.
So yeah, you fire an arrow. It pierces its skull.
Yeah.
It is still alive though.
It's still alive. Well, now has arrow in its head.
Yeah.
Looking around the area, does she notice anything that might be hidden? Like any enemies that might be hidden?
That would have to be your action.
That's an action. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Whisper.
All right, Whisper moves up and over. More. And then I throw on this one. No sneak.
Mm-hmm. But 10 damage still.
And
It's still alive.
and eight more.
It is dead. You throw your knife at it. It just stumbles backward and then falls backward. Its head cracking on impact on the pavement.
I yell to Karnax, "Come on! I've got you 3-1 here."
All right, Tabor.
Tabor is going to. 30 feet there. From there. Oh, that's 65. Damn. That's 60. Because I can't actually hit it with anything, I'm gonna dash just next to Whisper and command the owl to go and sort of chase the last zombie.
Okay.
So he can get to, but he's gonna basically just
Crap on the statue.
yeah, he's gonna literally perch himself on the head of the statue for now. It's not quite the full movement that he's got, but that's where it's gonna ready to pounce and out of the range of any melee is basically the idea of it.
All right, Karnax.
He's gonna go to there, and as he's walking past the statue, he'll reach shadow it's cast. Pull an eldritch thing out of it.
All right.
This thing.
Yeah. 10 is enough to hit it. You can see that it is doing something. But yeah, it takes 10 damage. It is still alive.
Cool.
Oh boy. All right, Aramis.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'll have moved my hex to it as well.
Okay.
So I'll hang on.
However, I'm not going to include damage now since you said it.
Oh, you're a smell. It's only one.
Sorry. It is what it is.
I'm gonna do something no one would have ever thought. I'm actually gonna move towards it and probably not move away. I'm gonna. Actually, wait, no, I don't need to. I could dash, can't I?
As a
As a
bonus
And
action.
bonus
attack,
action
yes.
dash. Yeah, I'll do that. Bonus action dash, then hit it.
Uh, 15 is a hit. You also have sneak.
Yep.
You pierce its skull, and as you
And
look at it, you get a much closer view. You can see something building up in its throat.
And then I'll move, but it won't be a disengage. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, it's a booming blade. So
All right.
it has an
It is-
attack of opportunity.
Don't it have the
Yeah.
swashbuckler thing? Where you just dance away from it?
Oh yeah, shit, it doesn't
You're
have an attack of
practically-
opportunity. I'm so overpowered,
Oh.
GM, I can't remember.
Good, because it critically failed. So good.
Yeah, it
Ignore
never
what I
happened.
said.
All right. Well, as it is turn, it stretches as much as it can. It lifts its head up in the sky, looking up, and then it opens its maw, and an ear-piercing screech emits from it. If you are within 60 feet of it,
Bastard.
roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. Well,
Well, it's not too bad. Aramis, you take 6 psychic damage, and Karnax, you take half of that.
Cool.
However, you've heard this sort of screech before. This is loud. Also,
Oh.
Aramis and Aramis, you are deafened for 1 minute, completely deafened. Yeah, it screams. Kia.
Do you think it? Something else must have heard that.
We need to
Um,
shut that up.
She runs forward and takes another shot at it. And misses horribly.
Maybe.
Uh,
Let me check.
Does it have?
Yeah, it's a miss. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it has less than a normal zombie, right? Then she basically just spins around, looking around, hoping nothing is gonna approach them. That's the end of her turn.
Alright. Whisper.
All right. I move forward. To here. Throw my blades. And then I move back.
All right. Do you have sneak? No.
I do not have sneak, no.
All right. Let's see. An 8 is a miss, unfortunately. However, a 15 is a hit. It is still alive, barely though.
That's it.
All right, Tabor.
Tabor is going to move 5 foot closer.
Mhm.
And seeing as it wants to be a noisy bastard, I'm going to give it a nice bell on the head and cast Toll of the Dead.
All right.
When it did come up with the text twice. We clicked it.
You need
So-
to like go to the attacks thing and use it there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Not on the spell list.
Yeah. Spell list only does the text now, I think.
What,
Okay.
what is it? A wisdom save?
Wisdom save of 14.
Yeah, it rolls 14.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm
Unfortunately,
just gonna.
zero.
Yeah. How high are these watchtowers?
They are about 40 feet as well. They are just so that they can get a view over the palisade.
So I've used 5, so I've got 13 total. I want to start climbing up the ladder
Okay, absolutely.
to start going up to the watchtower.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell the owl to fly in. Oh, actually, I I didn't do a constitution for the owl when we did the breach.
Oh yeah. I mean, the owl dies. It has 1 HP, right?
Does it take half if it gets hit? Then?
Yeah, it's half damage on success. So.
Yeah, so the owl's gone then. So yeah, that's it then.
Sorry.
That's it. That's my turn.
All right, Karnax.
Something I can walk under.
Hmm?
It's like a tent I can just walk under.
Yeah, it's a tent.
It's already hit. Oh, for the love of...
Sorry. You swing at it, it misses. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Aramis. You're completely deafened.
Not that it makes any difference, I suppose. To me running up here and hitting him. But he hasn't heard everyone's plan. So he's just going along with his own thing.
Oh yeah. It's a kill. How do you finish it?
Aramis walks up to it and, like Zorro, he just cuts it open.
Alright. As it falls down, dead, you all can hear quite clearly around you. It sounds like an approaching horde. And the horde consists of both large things and smaller things. When you climb that tower, you see how some of the trees bend. And whatever it is quite fast, and it's heading straight towards you.
Keep.
How do you all act?
Get in the keep. Move.
Tabor's up in the top, and he's gonna shrink down. To be fair, just
Aramis is looking around and just pointing to his ears. I can't hear you! What are you saying?
He'll just point to the keep doors and...
Yeah.
He's just gonna follow the hand gesture.
Are we are
This
not
way.
in initiative, right?
You're not in initiative.
No, okay. Okay, she's just gonna stand by it and say, if you want to, I could block a doorway, keep them at bay.
Aramis looks at her. I
Brilliant.
can't hear you!
Turns to other people.
Good.
I mean, realistically, DM, how with the speed they're coming in, because obviously I can see over the wall and see where they are. Would Tabor believe he's got enough time to actually get down this ladder and across to the door?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, I would do that and would run towards the door.
All right. As you run towards the door, I assume all of you go into the keep.
Yeah, I'm going in last.
Yeah, people.
All right. All right. As you open the door and you turn to see if you can catch a glimpse of whatever it is that comes towards you, you see a massive zombie clot, each step shaking the ground as it approaches closer and closer. And around it, it has perhaps 5 other zombie-looking things running towards you.
Could take that.
I'm gonna use my tail to push everyone inside.
Okay.
All right.
We have the ballistas.
Yeah, but including the including our new armored friend. Definitely the deafened one's getting pushed in as a friend, but the new armored person is getting dragged in by the tail of the boar.
You don't have to drag him in. It's going in.
It's one of them assisted pushes then. It's one of them assisted, like, come on, let's go. The father figure, let's go. Pushing everyone in.
Let's see. Why isn't this? Oh, there we go.
Shut them out. How
You have
tall is
vision.
the ceiling in here?
Let's see. What's the normal? How tall is it? Like
15.
3 meters?
Yeah, so like a
About-
normal.
Yeah, it's a normal
Okay.
standard.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me give a description. As you rush in, you close the door behind you. It only takes a couple of moments before you hear boom, 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 as this monstrous zombie clot approaches. You hear whatever is in its way is being smashed, and then you can see the wall shake. Sand and dust falls down from the very ceiling and the walls, and then another slam. However, whoever built this seems to be a master builder because it holds fast. You also hear scratching and moaning from the other side of the door, and you can even see the door handle starting to jitter a bit.
The boar's going to try and get that wardrobe at the front here
Mhm.
and push it in front of the door, just as a little
Yeah.
bit extra.
Yeah. When you open it, well, when you get to it and you attempt to drag it, you see that it's filled with clothes. It doesn't look like it is like a soldier's uniform that they have underneath their armor. And yeah, it is quite heavy. But with some help from your friends, if they help you,
Yes.
you can easily start to slide it towards the door and block it. What's the next?
Are
You know,
there any
Tabor,
ex-
sorry. Tabor was just going to say our emergency plan is not an option anymore. My owl's gone. I need too much time to bring it back. We're on our own.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Do you know what is that thing even?
We've only heard of them. It's the first time we've seen one. But yeah, we need to shut them up really quick.
Not the thing that made the noise. The big thing.
Oh, the ogre. The clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bitch. That hurts if it hits you. A couple of our friends went down last time we fought one. We did manage to beat it, but
Does it have
if
any?
we've got anything to do in here, then that would leave us very vulnerable.
Does it have
trying to deal with that now.
any weaknesses? Any?
Yeah, it still dies.
Okay.
I don't know of anything that's extra effective against it, but it dies when you hit it enough.
Oh, okay.
Are there any exits from this room? I can't tell.
Oh, sorry. So,
All right, cool.
yeah, this seems to be the room where the soldiers come in to get into the uniforms. And you have a door. Let's see. Oops, that's the wrong tool. Where is the goddamn marker tool? Hello, game?
It might have changed
There it is.
if you have a polygon or something else.
Alright, so to the north, you have a door. To the south, you have a door.
I have a listen at the door.
Alright. You put your ear against it. You hear nothing. It is quiet.
We'll open the door.
Alright. You quietly open the door. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's the wrong tool. You're introduced to a room with a set of stairs that leads downwards. Also, you see the walls are decorated with both trophies and medals. You see one of them is a medal to Whitmore. And it is for essentially like the employee of the month sort of a deal, except it's it is like for
Commendation.
Commendation, exactly. And the walls are filled with prizes to different kinds of guardsmen and soldiers.
Vic, you're getting quieter and quieter. Could you?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do something about that. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
perfect.
Yeah.
Much
All right. Sorry. All right. So, yeah, like I said, you have a set of stairs that leads downward. At the very bottom of the two sets of stairs, there is a large double door. There's also another door to the north from where you came.
Oh, yeah, so there is. Got it.
If I were someone who hide, I would hide in the basement.
That's what I... Indeed. However...
We have to be thorough.
You would probably all realise why you're doing this first initial investigation for probably about 10 minutes, unless he hears someone shout for him. Tabor's at the front door where we just came in, tracing some silver wire around the doorway so that if anything breaches this door, we know about it. So I'm just, I've effectively set up an alarm the length of this lower bit on the map that basically says if anything other than our party crosses it, I'm gonna get a nice chime in my head, and it will be just audible to me. It'll be a mental alarm as opposed to an audible one.
There's a giant fish in the next room.
You're not supposed to see that.
What?
So,
You know what? I'm a fucking paladin. Oh my god. Why haven't I been doing this every 5 bloody minutes?
Sense everything.
Divine sense. Are there any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet of me?
yeah. Yeah, there are. What a surprise.
If you'd have actually done this before the owl died, you'd have seen it was celestial. Just so you know, just that.
All right, so as you get into this long hallway, you have a door to the north and another door to the west. There's also something else odd about this. There's this thick mucus on the floor. It is both like it's see-through, but it also has this yellow tint to it, almost as that it seems to be moving around in this mucus.
Does it in any way look like something that might exist in nature, or does it look wrong?
I mean, honestly, the answer to that is probably both. This
It's in
could
nature,
very
but
well-
it is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Would Kia recognize this thing?
no,
No. Okay.
not at all.
This is ridiculous. You can detect the celestial fiend or undead that is not behind total cover. So, provided you can see it, you can detect it.
Yeah. But you know what it is, so
Yeah.
there's no tricking you. So like with that wizard where we was contemplating if it's undead or not, you would have just been able to go, "You're undead."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That corpse over there, that's undead.
Oh
So if it's a corpse, it's still actually dead.
Right. like honestly, it's a really good tool. If a zombie is, playing dead, quote unquote, you could use that ability to see if it's a zombie or not.
Undead
Right.
or just dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not.
Anyway, you're currently walking in this mucus.
Yeah, you're not gonna step through this, are you?
Well, we need to search the place. We don't seem to have a lot of choice.
By the way, can you tell me when about 11 minutes from the ritual casting abyss would have actually been up, and I'll start catching up with them afterwards.
Oh, okay, sure.
You hear a bzz, bzz noise, and Kia's eyes goes active again as she looks around. And she looks straight at the walls as she tries to see if she can see anything.
Okay, which walls?
Let's see.
We should probably make sure that because imagine that one use is one wall, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Does the mucus seem to emerge from any of the two doors? Is there more at one of them?
Roll it. Yeah, roll an investigation.
Okay. Oh, accidentally
Yeah.
rolled that to GM.
That's fine. So, the entire room is basically covered, like the floor.
Mm-hmm.
However, there is a thicker stream of it going to the western door.
So then she will try to unwillingly step through this and then look through the door.
All right. You look through the door.
Mm-hmm.
You see something. It is as large as a fully grown man, but it is hunched over, and it's missing all of the key features that would make, like, this thing is like the head and the body is connected. There's no like neck to it, and it's very bulky, and its arms are slim, and the fingers are. There's only like 3 fingers on each, and each of them are thick, very thick. And it seems to be like it's currently sitting down with its back curved, very crooked.
There's some kind of abomination in the next room. I can't recognize what it is, though.
Well, then,
When you say that, it stands up, and it looks over in your direction.
It seems to have spotted me.
all right, with that, I'll boot the door open.
All right. Let's see. Roll
big fish.
initiative.
Un momento.
No. Then click on me token.
Oh yeah, poor Tabor. He's still meditating. Right. Alright, so Aramis, you see this massive frog-like creature as it looks in your direction. It opens its maw and you see a long tongue slithering out like a snake. It is covered in thick cysts that pulsate, containing a yellow mucus.
Okay. I think I bonus action dash up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a good slap.
Mm-hmm.
And miss
11
probably.
is a hit. That is a lot of damage. Holy crap. Fucking hell. Right. Yes.
Then I run away.
Yep. With your disengage bonus action?
No,
It
just
doesn't look good.
movement. It can't do an attack of opportunity.
Because it was hit,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler. Yeah.
broken.
War, you're
It's not
currently...
broken.
War, you're currently...
Not even in it. Just skip me for this one.
Yeah.
Unless someone shouts that they need me, Tabor is still putting up the alarm.
Karnax.
As a bonus action, I will move my hex onto him.
How long does it last?
An hour.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Thunk. Do-do-do-do-boop-a-doop-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hooray! I hit him.
11.
Yeah. It is a nice hit. And you
Ugh.
actually do enough to kill it in that hit. You slice it and you cleave it in 2. With a flop, it just falls down onto the ground. And now you see water and this mucus pulsating out from its twitching corpse. You seem to be in some sort of a commoner room or something. Perhaps where the guardmen meet up and just hang out. There's playing cards and a couple of gold coins on the table. There's also a leftover meal. It is severely rotted, though. It even has a very foul odor emitting from it.
Does the mucus emerge from the creature?
Yes.
Okay. Does it resemble anything Kia might have seen or read about?
No. I mean, it looks like a massive frog.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
the gist of it.
Okay, but
yeah.
nothing in particular. Just big frog.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
Go there.
Yeah. Looking through the table and all that, is there anything of note or value? Anything of note or value?
Yeah, you do actually find something. Roll an investigation check.
Find something. No.
Yeah. You will find something. It's just, do you find more than that?
Oh.
So, you find a dagger. A dagger which blade is covered in blood.
Huh. Strange. He's going to get that.
Is there anything on the dagger? Crest? Or
Yeah,
note
yeah,
to
yeah,
let us know what done it?
It looks to be just a simple dagger.
A normal military
Yeah.
dagger-esque.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, no.
No?
Like, actually, that's a good point. This is not from a military or guardsman.
Ooh.
This is more of a shank than anything.
Ooh.
Ooh la la.
Well, yeah.
Gang life.
Yeah, I think this might belong to the riders. What is the rider?
Tabor's at the front, putting up an alarm.
Everyone leaves her standing there with a bloody dagger.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to open this door. You can join us if you want.
Fuck, I feel so bad for the boar. It's like, well, if we're gonna spend 11 minutes.
Well, Aramis will have gone back to ask Tabor if he wants to join. If he wants to come along.
Tabor. If you explain that there was already one fight in the room, that there's basically Tabor's trying to keep threats out. If there's already threats inside, then what's the fucking point of putting an alarm up? So, once told that there's already a threat inside, Tabor's gonna fucking leave this. Leave doing the alarm and just come with everyone.
All right.
Okay, I may have missed part of that because my headset literally died as you started speaking.
That's right. I was just saying that if you'd have told me that there was a threat inside, Tabor would have given up with the alarm because he was only trying to keep the threats out. If there's already threats in, then what's the fucking point of putting an alarm?
Yeah, Aramis will just gesture behind him. Alright then, come on then. Let's go.
All right. So you open up the door.
Mm-hmm.
As you open it,
Okay.
let's see. I mean, both Whisper and Aramis. No, let's see. Only Aramis, because of your passive perception, you see. You're not quite sure of what it was, but when the door opened, you saw as if the shadow moved inside of this room. In the ceiling hangs a large chandelier, casting a shadow down on the table. It is almost as if the chandelier shadow jittered or something moved. You're not quite sure what it was.
He would then look up at the chandelier.
Yeah, it's a large chandelier.
There's
Can
nothing
we
on
see
it.
this thing?
Oh crap! Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, that. I thought that was purposely there.
Sorry. I forgot I put it there. It blends so well. Yeah.
Minor
I mean,
point.
you see something that stands up with an arm in his hand. Roll initiative.
With an arm in his
Arm in
hand.
his mouth.
In his mouth, yeah.
Been a lot of DMisms. And I've been a good boy and not pointed them out.
That's
And
good.
we have pulled them all out.
You're all going to die in here.
That's fine. Kill Tabor. I'll make a new one. Tabor 2! Let's go!
Alright.
Got a whole warehouse full of them.
Tavor, his twin brother.
Has everyone rolled?
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright.
Did the thing in the roof roll?
Maybe. So, Whisper, you get to act first as you see this humanoid clad in what looks to be quite expensive clothing standing up with a chunk of meat in his hands. What do you do? You're muted, Andy.
How dare it outdress me? Taking steady aim, I throw.
Hmm.
And I get a 13.
Let's see, I'm on the wrong... Let's see. 13 is a hit. Let me just make sure that these things aren't immune or anything. Alright, nice. Yes! You hit it with, and it takes 10 psychic damage.
It also gets the sneak. Steady aim.
Ah, steady aim. Right. Yes. It's still alive, however, but barely.
And I say, after you, gentlemen and ladies.
Alright.
That's it.
Tobor.
Tabor's just going to move next to Whisper and we'll cast Toll of the Dead. Toll of the Dead. Oh, hang on. Sorry, that I rolled the wrong one. It should be that. That it's the bot. It's the second damage because it's already been damaged. So as much as it's lower. So you need to make a
Wisdom saving
Wisdom.
throw.
Yep.
It rolls a 7.
So nope. That takes the 7 damage.
Alright. That is
Act-
actually enough to kill it. It just falls down dead. It
No
has
one hears it
injuries.
apart from. Yeah, like, no one hears it. Like it just sort of you throw your dagger, the ball comes in, just casts the spell, and it just goes instant death.
I softened him up for you.
Alright. Anything else?
From me, no, there's nothing I can see. There's nothing I don't want to move into the room yet. So.
Alright. So, from the ceiling, you see this phantasm just come down from the ceiling. And you hear an echoing, haunting voice emit from it as it says, "Don't trust the Tabaxi! It betrayed us!" And it's going to phase through this wall. And it is going to attack you, Aramis. 11.
Okay. That is a miss.
That is a fat miss. Aramis.
I'm gonna slap it with my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
Gently.
Yeah, it's a hit. It is, however, resistant. Like,
Oh.
You hit it, but you're not dealing as much damage as you could have to it.
Cause I boom and blade on it, does it not become a magical attack? No, it still becomes a melee attack, right? Yeah. Well, nothing I can do about that. But I can walk away, which is what I'll do. And that's my turn.
Alright. Another one shows down, emerges from the ceiling, and it too echoes with a haunting voice. "They betrayed us!" And it is going to go for you, Karnax.
37.
19.
Of course.
All right. So to start off with, you take 7 necrotic damage as it grabs a hold of your head, and you feel your very soul almost being swallowed by it.
Not so much because I am resistant to necrotic damage.
Ah. However, you also feel your strength being drained.
Oh,
You lose 2 on your strength score.
right.
Kia.
So, question, since it doesn't say, the Watchful Eye trait, is that an action or bonus action or free action?
It would be your action.
That would be an action, okay.
Yeah.
Then I won't do that.
Do I not get a save against?
No.
Hmm.
Instead,
Well.
she is going to move here. Notice that there's probably not enough room here. Would a large creature fit through the doors?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's just gonna jump on the table here. Without a word, you just see her body just expand out and explode into another creature. This large reptilian-esque lizard carries a lot of the same traits that Kia does. One of its arms, it's replaced with a metal-esque appendage with the same with claws, like a gripping claw, and you see the spine extending in sharp metal spikes all across its back. It roars and attempts to bite this specter, whatever it is.
Cool.
It did not crit.
No, but an 18 is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, that's a lot of... Wow!
Would it be half of that, because isn't that
yeah.
already doubled it?
So yeah, it is half of 15, which is 7.
Mm-hmm.
It is still alive.
Okay.
So as you stand upon this table, you basically the entire table just wiggles and then it just smashes down. So the table is currently flipped on its side, and so are all the chairs, almost hitting you, Aramis.
What a bitch.
Anything else, Kia?
No.
All right. Well, from the ceiling, another one emerges.
Oh my.
And it is going to go for you, Aramis. And it is going to attempt to attack you with a 10. It misses. Well, from the ceiling, another one emerges.
Jesus,
and it
GM.
too is going to attempt to attack you.
Ooh.
14.
That's a miss.
It misses you. You just, like, as it almost catches you, you feel this cold almost grabbing a hold of you. Karnax.
Right, well, I'll move my attempt at it. Got even worse. Ooh. There you go.
Who do you attack?
Uh,
Oh, the one right next to you. Right.
yeah.
Yeah, you attack it. It is still alive.
Hang on,
It is
hang on.
resistant.
Got. This is necrotic.
You're dealing necrotic damage?
The 10 slashing damage. That's necrotic damage.
All right.
The hex.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is immune against necrotic damage.
Right. Okay. Fine. Be like that.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Whisper.
All right. With a quick flick of the blade, I send one of my blades to the one harassing Karnax.
All right. A 12 is a hit.
And I get the sneak.
Yeah, it is enough to finish it off. As your blade flies straight through it, it just it screams long. If a ghost could scream, and it just vanishes.
And then I slash with my other one
On who?
on this guy next to me.
Oh, right. Yeah, it is enough. It is not resistant towards psychic.
He doesn't get the sneak though.
Yeah. Yep, it's still alive.
All right, that's all I can do.
All right, Tobor.
I'm just trying. Is necrotic. Damn. I'm going to. There's not much I can do. So there is literally nothing I can do apart from step forward and shocking grasp.
All right. 12 is a hit. And it is actually enough to... Let's see. Yeah, it is enough to kill it.
Oh, everything Tabor's touched has died.
Mhm.
So yeah, Tabor's gonna do that. Look at our armored friend and go, everything all right? Seeing that he probably looks a little bit drained, a bit weaker.
The creature has an enervating grasp. I'll be fine. Just a little
Aramis.
weakened.
Yep. I'm gonna disengage from these pretty ladies.
Yep.
And attack this thing instead.
That's
Nope,
one of
that's-
ours.
That's Kia.
Oh, whoops.
Well, she didn't technically say anything. She just came in and did that.
Never mind. You know what it was? It was the barrier around it. I'm always just like, oh, enemy. I'll attack this one then.
All right.
I'm gonna blame my wife for that because I feel like she was talking to me when it happened.
Blame the
They
missus.
never shut up, do they?
Oh, wow.
My wife's not
Ooh.
in the room.
You do not have sneak, though, since there's another enemy next to you.
Swash.
Ooh.
Nope.
Is it another enemy
Doesn't
next
apply to
to the
swashbuckler.
other enemy? Or
Yeah, they have to be 5 feet in range.
of each other?
Of each other.
Or of
Yeah.
Or is
Be-
it next to
no.
you?
Hang on.
Basically, it needs to be a one-on-one duel.
Yeah, that's my catch on it as well.
Well, what's the wording?
Yeah.
No, what? No other
Yep.
creatures within 5 feet of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no sneak.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, fuck. That's
That was
still
my mistake anyway.
lot. That is still a lot of damage.
It was
let's
a
see.
left
Come
one,
stand
right?
near me, Maria. Come stand
Yeah,
near
it was
me.
the left one.
What's half of 19? 8?
No.
You come stand
9.
near me, I can protect you.
Oh, 9.
9.
All right.
9.
Anything else?
Yeah, then I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. I am going to be a bit because there's an environment here. Let's see. Where were you?
I was here, and I moved like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's totally possible. Yes. All right. Kia.
Doesn't really matter if it's difficult terrain or not. It's just gonna barge. The giant lizard thing is gonna barge through it and attempt to consume the one that Aramis pierced.
Ah, yes.
14.
14 is enough. However, the damage is just not enough.
Yeah, well, that's the end of her turn.
All right. This thing is going to go ham on you.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're right next to it.
Mhm.
16.
Hit.
You take 7 necrotic and you lose 4 strength.
Ooh. Is that from the Allosaurus sheet?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this. If
Oh, I rolled that as a
Allosaurus-
cave bear for some reason. That should have been a lot higher.
What?
Yeah.
On the attack.
Yeah.
The attack.
Oh,
Roll.
the damage.
So it should
yeah,
have
okay,
been
reroll.
18 plus 5.
You know, this
No,
thing's
18
dead.
plus 4, even.
Yeah, this thing's dead. So the attack should have been from this one instead. Then.
The hell have you seen an Allosaurus before?
I asked the DM. He said I
Yeah.
had.
I basically said, you know what, just pick whatever you want.
Yeah.
So basically,
Instant regret 1 session later.
no, this is fine. I'm not like the bear is just as bad.
Yeah. it is.
So let's see. You still lose 4 strength, and my ruling in this is going to be the effects that you gain from on the Allosaurus is going to come back to you the same way as even if you're cursed in your beast form, it is going to carry over to you. So
Okay. Yep.
bear that in mind.
Mm-hmm. So that's minus 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Karnax.
Can I to that thing? Do. Yay! Bonus action, move my hex. Oh no, no point. Do. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
The temptation
Nice.
to put a smite on that. It's just overkill, but fuck it.
I probably don't even have to ask for the damage.
Control Z.
It is vulnerable against radiant.
Is it? So that'd be 62 damage.
That's 62 radiant. Yeah, it stops existing.
Just
With that, the
obliterates it.
encounter is over. You're currently standing in a room where the table has been flipped. There's a map also with a lot of blood on it, and there is a blood trail leading to the room to your right, with a door being a bit south on the room, if you can see.
Right here.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna ask you, do you guys want to call it off here?
It's up to you guys.
We are.
Personally, I'm exhausted.
We just came up to
But-
4 hours.
I'm cool with you guys if you want to stop it now.
I've got.
My only thing is I've had a really long day, but I can stay for another hour if people want to do it. But
I mean, I've got 2 kids to look after tomorrow, so.
I'm perfectly fine with it. I had fun.
Yeah, I'm having fun too, but I think
Yeah.
4 hours is a good.
It's a good.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, so we're calling it off.
All right.
sounds good.
All right. So there we go.
And we got a level. I love that.
Hell no.
One day he'll
Hell
slip.
no.
Hell
One day
no.
he'll slip.
You guys are dealing 62 damage per round. Something's not quite right.
He can't do it all the time.
Only against undead things that are vulnerable to it. Give us something that isn't.
Undead that's vulnerable and 2 crits in one sort of session.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
For a paladin. Come on.
Goodness.
I mean, sorry.
And to be fair, Vic, you've got one character that literally can do fuck all now that you've destroyed his out. I literally cannot do anything because if they're immune to necrotic, I literally can shocking graft, and that is it. That is all Tabor's got.
Well,
Well,
here,
that's-
if they're immune to physical, I can't do anything
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
apart from booming blade it and hope that it moves. Which Vic, by the way, never moves if I booming blade anything.
No, because
Oh, it's
unfortunately we
because
got
there's
a
something
paladin
next to
that
him.
closes in. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got a paladin and a lizard that close in.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't know that they have this ability on them because they're mindless, and they're just gonna attack whatever's closest to them.
Makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah.
But I am blasted, so I'm gonna head to bed. But thank you very much for the session.
Yeah.
I apologize again for the disaster of last session, but the problem has been fixed. So
And if there's anyone out there, I hope you enjoy watching. We play every Saturday, 11 o'clock. And well, if nothing else, have a good one, and hope to see you next week.